Well, kia ora te whanau and welcome here to Christchurch. Great that you can join us at Cowles Stadium for round 9 of the Sky Broadband Rapid League for 2025. And the Canterbury Rams up against the Auckland Tuatara for the second time this season. Just 3 weeks ago they met in Auckland and the Rams prevailed 45-40 in that Rapid League contest. Nice to have your company. Lindsay Tate, former Tall Blacks point guard with us. And look, the Canterbury team got not only the win in the Rapid League game, but also the NBL game comfortably a few weeks back. So I guess this is a chance for them to just roll on from that, Lindsay, and a chance for a bit of revenge coming from the Auckland Tuatara.
Yeah, absolutely. Two of the top teams that have been running through the competition the last 2-3 years. So we're going to see where they're at this afternoon.
Indeed. Now that's the Rapid League table for you. We see the Rams sliding into 4th place there. Good record, 60% winning record for them. So a chance for them to keep in touch with the top 3 if they get the victory here today. And a chance for the Tuatara to move up, maybe jump up a couple of stops on that Rapid League table if they can get the victory today. They are currently in 10th place. So a chance for Chris McIntosh, Casey Ioane, who's back from the Junior Tall Blacks. Good to see him back in the Tuatara lineup. Dylan Wilkie, a very good shooter. Josh Ledger is there again. And Nick Barrow drops back with the return of Rob Lowe in the Cowles NBL game from injury. It's been a bit of a long wait for Rob Lowe to come back.
Yeah, it has. He went over on that ankle, about a month ago now, but we're very lucky to have Rob Lowe back this evening and one of the premier players in the competition. So Nick will get bumped back down to the Rapid League, but as he does, he slots right in and he'll be fine back there. He'll lead the way as a veteran.
We've got the Kate brothers playing in the Rapid League team for the Rams. That's Tama and Ihaka. Jake Holmes is still there. We also have Tama Isaac and Mana Martin as well. Mana Martin's been going well. He's played 9 points per game at 50% and is taking 2 rebounds a game too, is Mana Martin. Other than Kyle Bowen, that Canterbury Rams team's looking imposing for the Cowles NBL game. A lot of threes, I've got to say, in that head-to-head. Lindsay?
There are aesthetically a lot of threes there.
Yes. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Counting the made threes down the bottom.
It is.
But all going in the Rams' favour, I think, if we get serious.
Hopefully this trend continues and we see a lot of threes made.
Indeed. That would be pleasant here at Cowles Stadium. So yes, 45-40 is Corey Hogg, Blake Rosanowski and Elijah Vialiki have got the whistles for this game. Good to have the hoops back after a short break. Good to see the Tall Blacks getting a win in their 3rd game in Hamilton, wasn't it, against the Boomers?
It was a big win and very rare that we have those competitions on home soil, and to get a victory over Australia is impressive.
That was awesome.
Never a dead rubber.
Exactly, especially when you're playing Australia.
Never. It's like a state of origin game every time.
Exactly, in every sport that we play against them. So the Rams in the white, and they get to work quickly, and that's a nice basket straight off the bat from Isaac. Yeah.
Too easy, had a slightly bigger wing on him, Casey Ioane, and just turned downhill for the easy layup to start the game.
I love these young players in the Rams. Jake Holmes just been blown by there as I talk about that, but in the end, he does enough to disrupt. Barrow picks up the ball.
Casey Ioane, yeah, 13 out of Dilworth. He was playing last night up here in the school competition, so quick turnaround for him. Down in Canterbury right now.
Yeah, it's awesome. Of course, he's been very busy with the Junior Tall Blacks campaign as well. Casey Ioane, 17 years of age. Now let's see what the Rams can do here. Almost losing the ball there was Martin, and he drives strongly. In the end, he couldn't nail it. And now here comes Wilkie.
Couple of long boys there, Dylan Wilkie and Mana Martin going at it.
Nice pass into Barrow. The basket's not going to count. The foul's going to go against Holmes, though. You're talking about a vet there and a young buck in the white there.
You are, and Nick does what he does there, just great rim runner, getting deep post catches, and love to see him banging against these young boys. Nick Barrow, the evergreen.
Yeah, Nick Barrow, he's more than double the age of Jake Holmes. He's only 16. He's got some talent, his Holmes.
Is that middle on ball again for Tama getting downhill. Just left it slightly long. Rebound, Casey Ioane.
Comes Ioane. Barrows a bit of a screen then. Ledger fires it over to McIntosh. Barrow up high on Holmes. Clock down to 9. Wilkie's got a good three-point shot on him. Has to blow past Holmes. Ooh, yeah, that was tasty there from Wilkie.
You can see defensively, Canterbury's happy to switch a lot of these actions right now. And Dylan Wilkie just takes advantage of the slightly bigger defender there for the layup to start them off with their scoring.
There's Isaac again, and this time he is fouled. Good to see Tama Isaac playing nice and tough.
Yeah, physically imposing guard, Tama Isaac, and when he gets those shoulders downhill and is aggressive, he's a problem and puts pressure on those referees. So he'll get rewarded with a couple free throws there. He's got Casey on his hip, caught a bit of face. That's the worst, Glenn, when you get elbowed in the face and get called for a foul.
Especially, and also if you're the victim of that, sometimes you want your vision for the free throw. Just saying, small matter. There's Isaac getting 2 from 2, so he's got all 4 points for Canterbury.
And it's nice having a tall black starting in your Rapid League squad.
Absolutely. There's McIntosh, and there's a foul. And right there from Tawhiti Kate.
And as they do, Canterbury, the young boys, they have them up the court for these short Rapid League games, extending and pressuring up, which I really like enjoying watching that. It's what you want out of he's a year 12, so I'd say he's got fresh legs every day you wake up for another couple of years.
He probably played school basketball this morning.
Yeah, him and his brother.
Here's McIntosh getting a foul out of Holmes.
Yeah, he might have had head boy duties though.
Yeah.
Actually, busy fino. Noah Rasmussen checking in here for the Tuatara. Got a short bench today, only one-man bench over there for the Rapid League game.
Tuatara running number 11 to come down here for this game. Now McIntosh has gone to the line. So Chris McIntosh.
And if I'm correct, Sione Mama was coaching the team that Casey Ioane was playing against last night.
Oh,
Sacred
wicked.
Heart and Dilworth. So
Who won?
I believe Sacred Heart got that one. And he was coaching against his brother as well. So a lot of, basketball whakapapa there, man. Cool to see in Tamaki, these young boys running around representing.
It's Isaac not nailing that mid-range jumper, and here's McIntosh.
Another kind of veteran here, Chris McIntosh, and Nick Barrow played a lot of minutes at this level.
Certainly have.
Nick Barrow with the point guard down there, but he's not letting him get an easy catch, Tomo.
Here's Wilkie. With that one, but the rebound is good.
Great O-board by Noah Rasmussen, just burrowing out space on the weak side.
Here's Rasmussen putting the spin cycle on. Nailing it against the Tuatara, a 2-point lead.
He's a strong finisher, Noah, when he gets to 2 feet in the paint. Great finish there.
He's taking steps, didn't quite get set there as he caught the ball.
It's quite cool. The Rams have pretty much got their whole team sitting over there on the bench, supporting the young crew and sharing that knowledge again. And Jeff Flevel, the head coach of the country over there, so you can see how they're developing and growing this thing really quickly.
Powerful team now, aren't they?
A lot of tautoko support each other. Similar to the Penrith Panthers, I believe, that we were speaking about off air.
Yeah, we were. Here's Rasmussen, posting up here on Mana Martin. Nice up fake, and he can't nail the jumper though. And it's taken by Canterbury. Good defense by them. Nice pass. You see Isaac line up that 3, and he's away. Running, picking the ball up for Auckland. So inside the last minute of this first quarter. Nice fun. Here's McIntosh.
Josh Ledger, a very comfortable ball handler for a big facilitator.
Nice transition play. Lovely little delay there from Canterbury and Ihaka Cape, but couldn't nail the jumper as Ioane. Wilkie. There's a foul coming on Mana Martin.
And Tuatara in this first quarter doing a decent job of controlling the pace and being able to get downhill here a couple of times for layups and draw fouls. So one of their better free throw shooters here, Dylan Wilkie, will go to the line.
Wilkie's been a key player for them. He's been averaging 8 points per game at 39% in the Rapid League. Getting plenty of minutes too in the NBL team.
You're kind of surprise contributor for them throughout the season. Come in kind of 6th, 7th man in a relatively broken year in regards to personnel and whatnot, but been very steady for them.
Missed both free throws there as we see Canterbury set it up now for the last play of this first quarter.
See if they get to this middle on ball with Tama playing downhill. It's been effective for them early.
Isaac. He might just have to take the shot himself here. Very little movement at all. There's the free ball coming in, and it's away this time from Ihaka Kate. So there it is, a low-scoring first quarter here in the Sky Bullbang rapidly. Just 10 points spread across the two teams as the Tuatara up by 2. Not a great shooting performance from either team so far. Just 16%, Lindsay, for the Rams and just 28% for the Tuatara.
Yeah, I'm going to take the glasses half full approach and say that there was a great defensive quarter instead. But you're right, not many points on the board right now. Struggling a little bit from the three-point line, but not uncommon in these rapid league games. I'm sure the boys will start to heat up heading into this second quarter.
Black garlic. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, that looked good.
That is going to be.
It really does look good.
By the time we get to the end of that Cowles NBL game, that could be just a ticket for dinner. You got actually.
One of those I might have to text my girl. Yeah.
Exactly.
Put that order in early, so it's waiting. Some garlic knots.
Exactly. Here's Casey Ioane. Hot young talent. He's 17 years of age. Originally from the Hutt Valley.
Yep, that's right. St. Pat's Silverstream, I believe, before he transferred up to Dilworth, where he's been the last couple of years doing this thing.
Of course, the New Zealand under-19 team is off to the World Championship soon.
Recently named. Congratulations to all those young brothers that'll be representing Aotearoa on the global stage.
Looking forward to that tournament. That's up in Switzerland. Is it Czechia? I can't remember now. One of those countries. Looks like a little reach in there.
That was a great find from Josh Ledger there, just in the post, and I love it when he plays aggressive down there, but the blast cut from Sione Ioane on the weak side. And
Wilkie to inbound it. Ioane back to McIntosh. The work off Rasmussen. Almost stolen by Canterbury. Has been. Martin well read that one. Now here's the three ball going in, and it's not missed or not taken by Kai Isaac. Offensive rebound was good from Holmes, and there's 2 more for Canterbury. Martin.
Yeah, and the brother of Tom Isaac, Kaya Isaac, subbing in, and he started for the Tall Blacks in their last game against the Boomers. So
interesting to see him play, actually.
And straight in there, never shy, Kaya. Just greasing the wheels, Glenn, getting ready for that big game.
Ledger.
I like this from Josh. Beautiful. When he plays off 2 feet down there and backs himself, man, he's super effective. So would love to see Tuatara go at that more and Josh continue to establish himself down there.
Here comes Canterbury again. This is Tafiti Kate.
Got the switch there, but decided to give it up.
Isaac. Get that tussle. Good. Here did Ihaka Kate, but in the end he missed the opportunity. Wilkie scrambling, and they've lost it with Tuatara.
Could see the idea there by Casey Ioane, the young fella, but just sent it a little bit long, trying to keep that pace up. But turnover there, and no, he won't. Noah Rasmussen will take a quick blow.
Interesting to see Kaya Isaac out there. He was named on the bench with Max Darling. But there he is. Sometimes you see these players on the bench and not utilised. Maybe there's been a little niggle there as we see Holmes. That is going to be a counter. And he's going to go to the Chemist Warehouse stripe for 1 free throw. Love Jake Holmes. He is 16 years of age out of Rangiora.
Yeah, long, talented young man. Plays with great energy and demeanour.
And he's got an outside shot on him.
He does. Nice stroke. Looks comfortable. You've got to honour it, you know, when he faces the ring. You're not hanging or sagging off him. Most of these boys down in Canterbury do.
3-point play is completed by Holmes. The Rams by 1.
Still up the court, like you said, versatile, pressuring.
It's been a dogfight right from the start, isn't it?
Yeah, trading punches.
McIntosh.
We've got the switch here. Barrow's got the guard, Kaya Isaac down low. They're up for the three because it's 20-25.
Wilkie misses the three. Here is Canterbury in transition.
Good find.
Now Holmes for three from the corner. Just away. And that's Ioane with the rebound.
Yeah, skying in for the rebound there.
Ooh, poor pass, and Isaac's read that one. Can't nail the triple. And Ledger has got him. I think a foul from Martin contesting that rebound.
I think you're right. I think you're right. Love the freedom and confidence Kaya Isaac's playing with. Took that when I watched the last game in the Boomer series. He was out there playing free and aggressive, which is always cool to see, but he'll take a seat. Tama will check back in.
Here's McIntosh.
We got that switch again. Continue to miss the Tuatara. They're allowing the point guards to switch onto their big men, who normally try and take advantage of.
It's Canterbury again. It's Cates. Stripped out of his hands, but no foul.
Good hands there by Josh Ledger, the big fella.
Holmes from the corner. Canterbury just using a little bit more time up off the shot clock. Just down to 7 now. Now that's corner from Isaac. Holmes with the offensive rebound. Isaac's going to try again, and this time he nails it.
Great job by Holmes on the weak side, just crashing the glass and fires that thing straight back out, grenade styles, and Tama knocks that thing down.
7
the
points.
4-point lead.
Yeah, 7 points now for Isaac. He's almost beating Tuatara on his own. Here's Barrow. 10 seconds left in this half. Wilkie. Not a bad player to have the last shot, but unfortunately. Oh, Rasmussen.
Strong.
Nice job.
Love that by Noah, getting in there and being aggressive, being a pest on the glass. That's where he's really effective for this group.
Back to a 2-point game now. Holmes. Is he taking steps again? He has.
He just dragged that pivot foot on that shot fake, just a little bit eager to attack the slightly older defender as we get. We'll get called for the foul. Josh will get a quick blow here to end the quarter, Josh Ledger. Got one shot here if the Tuatara wants it to end the quarter.
And I'd like to take it too, Lindsay, because that would tie the scores up, potentially lead. And that was Ioane. Now McIntosh once more. He's lost it stone cold out of court. That's disappointing for the Tuatara. Now it's going to be Canterbury with 6.1 left.
They won't use their player timeout here. They'll just play off the sideline. Six seconds. Oh, they will. 6 seconds a lifetime in the game of basketball.
Exactly, and they might as well take a free real estate when it's on offer.
Yeah, for sure. Work on our stuff.
Ticket to the big game is still there for you as we enter the second half of the season now, folks. Just scan that QR code and win tickets to the season's games. And we're going to be in for an exciting stretch down the season for sure. So it kind of makes sense if you can try and get there for free. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure. I'll take it. You just got to scan that code right there.
That's it. When
you're into work.
Now Isaac. Oh, blocked.
Good Steve on the young fella.
And good work there by Barrow.
Yeah,
that's
like
lovely
that.
awareness. Called the BNZ player timeout with 0.4 of a second left. So
Great clock awareness.
So if you missed the QR code, here it is again.
There it is. Officer Barrow. He deals with. He's used to thinking on the fly.
Now, can the Tuatara? It's just catch and shoot, isn't it? That's all it is.
Pretty much.
0.4.
Love these player timeouts, though. If there's one thing as a young coach, you know, it gets these guys thinking the game, communicating. Very valuable, especially at this rapid league level.
Well, if you can get a player as a coach out on the court, so to speak,
Right.
there's so much of a difference. Now 1.1, so the clock's just adjusted there. Ioane, Barrow, back
Nice.
to Ioane, and Ioane couldn't nail the jumper. It was a good play from Nick Barrow, but it's going to be Canterbury the lead at halftime in this game, 12-10. And they outscored the Tuatara 8-4 in that quarter. Tama Isaac with 7 points, shooting the ball at 28%. Canterbury still down in the 20s. And the Tuatara, well, they're shooting at 33%. And Rasmussen off the bench has been their top scorer as we look at the Chemist Warehouse stats, Lindsay.
He's been great for them, Noah, with his energy, just getting in there, getting feet in the paint, on the boards, finishing around the ring.
It's Ihaka Kate with 4 rebounds. He's been nice and busy. And we've got Holmes, some good off-the-ball stuff happening with him too. A couple of assists and a couple of rebounds too.
You like Holmes, he's all over the show right now.
He's got a future in the game. Not only from what he's displayed in this game, but others as well this season.
Yeah, been lucky enough to see him, players trade a couple of times now, and he's definitely got a future in the game.
So just a reminder here that in 40 minutes we'll have the Cowles NBL game between these two teams. Last time these two teams met, it was the Rams who absolutely pumped the Tuatara 131-78.
You're right, Glenn. I was at that game in person, and it was a tough night out, but relatively new roster for Tuatara tonight, playing on the road. And if we think back the last 2-3 years, these two teams have kind of been running through the league. So I would assume that tonight, even though it's going to be a tough one for the Tuatara, still going to be a fight. They're going to put up a show anytime Auckland comes down to Canterbury. That's a big rivalry.
Yeah, no Dave O'Hickey anymore, which is a shame because we would have loved to seen that relationship develop over the last half of the season with the injury returning Rob Lowe, but not to be. But now a chance for Zach Riley to come back to New Zealand and start doing things again.
That's right. You welcome back Zach Riley, and Rob Lowe's coming back from injury. But, to lose Davo is disappointing. But it also speaks to the level of this league. He's not going to anywhere. He's going to like NBA Summer League stuff. And that just kind of, to have him over here, even for a short period, I think was a blessing,
So third quarter underway. Kyle Isaac back out there now, and Holmes with the reverse layup.
There it is. Just Josh lost sight for a brief second on the baseline and got caught. Turnover. Another layup for Jake Holmes. That full court pressure. Mana Martin with the steal and the assist. And they're staying up the court here. The Rams have come out aggressive defensively to start this third.
Yeah, I think they caught the Auckland Tuatara on the hop there.
You're right. They're great out of timeouts, the Rams. It does help when you can sub in Kaya Isaac. I won't lie.
There's the three from McIntosh, but he's just missed it. Nice rebound taken by Ledger.
There it is, big fella.
Nice job from Ledger.
Love that. Great job on the glass, and also getting to 2 feet, being patient and finishing off the shot fake.
Tuatara needed that. It's Isaac.
Yeah, don't go under him again. He will pull that thing.
He's marking over to Holmes. He goes baseline.
Oh! I got excited there with like the little Kevin McHale left hand slippery scoop shot. Showing some stuff here.
Showing your experience there too, remembering Kevin McHale like that. What a hell of a player he was.
Absolutely. And just the skill level of guys nowadays is pretty impressive, There was a time when going between your legs and behind your back, you were a bit of a hot dog and being fancy, and now it's like part of the skill set. So some of the stuff is really high end just to be out on the court.
What about Jake Holmes? He's got 6 points in this quarter.
And again, not just the points with him, the eye test says a lot more. He's long, he's active, he's got great energy, demeanor. I really like that kid.
Yeah, Holmes is up to 9 points now, leading all scorers. Ledger over to Barrow. Not much movement off the ball here by the Tuatara.
A little bit clunky.
Only astray with that one, but Barrow. Rebound was kind.
I'd love to see Nick get aggressive down here.
Oh, nice from Barrow.
It's got a bit of Kevin McHale to it as well. That thing's on radar, Glenn.
Exactly,
when he lines that thing up anywhere around the free throw line, we're playing around the world, Nick might be one at world class.
Exactly, man. And I hope he is recording this game at home, Nick Barrow, because being compared to Kevin McHale, I think could poke his chest out a little bit more.
Yeah.
Here's Holmes for 3. And Ledger tidies up for the Tuatara. Foul there by Tawhiri Kate.
I think he called out.
He has indeed too.
Again, Tuatara comfortable using Josh in that position as a ball handler, a big fella, but must have just caught the sideline there.
Yeah, he didn't quite tie his shoelace. Here's what's the response going to be like from the Rams. A little pull-up jump shot there from Isaac, but it doesn't drop, and Wilkie's got it. Rasmussen. That foul has gone on Tawhiri Kate.
You love the energy by the young fella, you know. You'll get called for a foul there, but I'd rather him get called for an aggressive foul out there than being passive. So good on him, well done.
It's only 15, Tawhiri Kate, as we see Barrow trying.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's great that he's out there. And like, if you didn't tell the viewers that, I don't think they ever would have even picked out that he's a 15-year-old boy
100%.
playing with men. So
100%.
awesome. Good on you, young fella.
And he's doing a good job too.
Absolutely. There we go. There we go. There's an O board for you.
And it might be a basket too. In fact, it's a turnover. Beautiful skills there from McIntosh. Can he ice it with that? Well, Wilkie's tidied up, and now they've turned it over to Tuatara. Kate with the outlet pass. And that's a good play into Martin, who slams it home.
Okay, Mana. Getting up there for the two-hand.
Yeah, a bit more intensity now with these turnovers, as we see a steal from Jake Holmes.
This case definitely suits the Rams.
Exactly, and that pass was perfectly timed over to his teammate as Canterbury enjoy an 8-point lead, biggest of the game.
And Nick Barrow there showing his kind of veteran leadership and instantly called for that timeout. I think a smart timeout at this stage of the game. Things about to blow wide open. So catch our breath, reset, stop the bleeding for a little bit.
Basket was from Ihaka Kate.
Young boys get out and run after they secure the ball.
Yeah, their Canterbury team is young. Tawhiri Kate 15, Mana Martin 17, Tama Isaac 18, Ihaka Kate 17, Jake Holmes 16.
Hey, you know the rules though, Glenn. Ain't no age when we step between the lines. I'm pretty sure that's the kaupapa that they roll with by the way that they play.
Exactly. If you're good enough, you're old enough,
absolutely,
right?
Absolutely.
That basket's not going to count, unfortunately, for Rasmussen.
And I mean, in all honesty, in regards to that, there's kids in the NCAA right now that are getting paid millions of dollars, you know, to play as professional athletes. So absolutely, if you're old enough, you're ready.
41.2 left. Let's see. He's just getting a little bit aggressive there. So Tuatara lead this basket, only 14 points coming to the end of the third quarter of this game. Ioane, that's not going to drop. Casey Ioane, that one does.
Nice left off the O board there, Casey, to finish. Cut this lead down a little bit.
Yeah, definitely that fairly low scoring encounter.
Rams look like they'll hold for a late one on the clock here.
They want to take this clock down as close to zero as they possibly can. Kate over to Isaac. Kate again. There's a foul right at the end of that play.
And as a chippy point guard myself, I've been watching Chris McIntosh and Tama Isaac over there, and they've been getting into a little tussle, which has been awesome to watch off the ball. And you can see Tama having his kōrero about what he thought took place. But I love it, the game within the game.
So Chris McIntosh at the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Boy, Auckland need these points. No, it's low scoring, they're still in the game.
Hanging around, that's the beauty of Rapid League, these short games. You can go on these runs, string 2-3 baskets together, you're right back in it.
There's McIntosh 2 from 2 in that visit to the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Let's see what Canterbury can do here with this last play. Tama Isaac. And there's the 3, and it's away from Tawhiri Kate. So it's going to be a 4-point game at the end of the third quarter. 22-18. Canterbury started that quarter really hot, but Tuatara came back. And in the end, that 4-point margin is the same as it was at the end of the half. Isaac with 7, Jake Holmes 9. They're the leading scorers for Canterbury. Ihaka Cates picked up 5 rebounds. And for the Tuatara, every single player in their team scored now. Ledger, McIntosh and Rasmussen each have 4 points. And Josh Ledger with 4 rebounds as well.
Just a couple of team stats that jump out. 7 assists for the Rams. Ball movement, that's impressive. You know, with only, 12 minutes of gameplay. 9 turnovers from the Tuatara. That might be a rapid league record, and I don't think we want any turnover records.
Exactly.
But they can take care of that. You know what I mean? They're right in this thing. It's a 4-point boy game right now, so pretty impressive to still be hanging around. Both teams struggling to shoot this thing from the perimeter right now, but doing a decent job in the paint.
Yeah, complete contrast to the rapid league game between these two earlier on in the season, where we had 85 points scored in that game, and this time we've only got, 40 heading into the last quarter.
It's a defensive slugfest.
Let's see if we get a continuation as we get this final quarter underway. Now McIntosh for the Tuatara. McIntosh, I think about a 3 as he passes it in the end of Ledger. Shot clock down to 8. McIntosh. It's good play from McIntosh. Knew a foul was coming as the lane opened up just a little bit.
Smart play. Got the young fella on his hip just enough and froze him that he took that bump, allowed him to extend and get a chance at an and one. Just came out short, but crafty veteran play by Chris McIntosh with he does have a 15-year-old marking him in his defense. And he's doing a great job of it as well.
Well, these free throws from the Chemist Warehouse stripe for Chris McIntosh ending up being quite crucial here.
Free throws win ball games.
It's 5 from 5 from the stripe. And 5 from 6 now as Holmes grabs the rebound. Isaac over to Jake Holmes, and there's Holmes creating space and finishing strongly again. He's the first to hit double figures in the game. He's got 11.
And that was easy. Kaya came off the on-ball with him, and there was nobody in the strong side corner, and no help came. And easy lay down for Holmes, getting to double digits.
McIntosh is the leading scorer for Auckland with 5, and all of them are free throws from the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
They will take them any way they come.
And tight defense being played by the Rams. Until that, and that's Casey Ioane breaking them down finally.
Yeah, easy, just keeping a minute there for an easy left-hand lay. Normally can't get by Kaya Isaac that easy.
Oh, we've got a half-court violation there. Don't get it over the half-court in time.
Oh, you're right, 8 seconds to get it over, and just took a little bit too long getting that ball over the halfway line and got called for it. So great job there by the Tuatara. Again, another veteran play by Chris, you know, jumping him before the halfway line and just buying yourself an extra couple seconds and get a cheeky little turnover. Right back at you.
Oh, beautifully done by Kate. Gee, that'll frustrate the coaching staff, especially if Kaya Isaac can nail the 3. He can't. Ledger, that's a good rebound by him.
Great rebound down there, battling. And love that response from Tawhiri there, the young fella, 15-year-old. Made a mistake getting the ball over, gets that thing straight back with a hustle play.
Wilkie.
Go ahead.
Ledger didn't post up. Wilkie back in position. McIntosh for 3.
Ooh, quick release.
I don't think we've had a 3-pointer in the game either, have we? As we see
one, I believe.
Mid-court.
1 for the Rams.
Yeah, Tama Isaac. He's the only player to hit a 3-pointer in this game.
Hopefully they can hear us. Is somebody giving them the score sheets between the quarters? But it's an interesting one. I watch a lot of basketball, Glenn, and the balance between, you know, paint touches and the 3-point line it's definitely something I constantly try to wrap my head around with that. This generation is quite comfortable shooting a lot of 3-pointers.
Well, that was another good basket from Jake Holmes. He's up to 13. That's a vital basket for Canterbury, gives them a 5-point lead. Now Wilkie for 3. That might spark up the Tuatara.
That's a nice little set that they've got where they pin down for their shooter to come out, and cuts that thing to 2, Wilkie. He can really stroke that thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Defense being played by the Tuatara. Isaac. Now Martin open for 3, and he accepts the opportunity.
Defensively there, Wilkie, you're never supposed to help off one pass away or strong side corner, and he almost was forced to there because the penetration was so deep. Left Mana Martin wide open in the corner, and he's too good a shooter for that. Gets punished. This pressure's still up the court for the Rams, just slowly eating into this clock.
Oh, they need a basket now to the Tuataras. Rasmussen can't deliver, and the rebound taken by Kai Isaac. Now the chance for the Rams to just manage the game a little bit now.
Pretty good with their clock management, the Rams. All the stuff I've seen, probably they're so far out in front of the league right now.
Oh, and maybe that 3 might just have sealed victory for Mana Martin.
He said, I heard you talking smack about us, LT. We couldn't make no 3s. Take those couple with you.
Wilkie. Can't nail that one, and Holmes is going to tidy up here. And that's a lovely play to Martin. And Martin grabs another 2 and has exploded in this last quarter. He's up to 12 points. 2 3-pointers in there.
And this is what they do. They just wear you down. 48 seconds. Tama Isaac, check back in again. They just keep throwing waves at you. Possession after possession, game after game.
Reach up. Very tidy quarter being played here by the Rams as we see McIntosh miss that 3.
McBarrow on the O boards there. Ihaka Kate getting called for the foul there, and he's done a great job battling with a much bigger, older Nick Barrow. Noah Rasmussen checking in for the last 30 seconds here.
McIntosh to inbound it. Here's Wilkie. Nice mid-range jumper from Dylan Wilkie. He's up to 7.
A great D by the young fella, but tough make by Wilkie. He's got that pull-up on lock.
Nice, good play, Wilkie. And now, Carl Isaac just happy to soak up these seconds. Maybe help himself for 3 more. Not going to get them. Barrow. Ioane. And Wilkie. That one's not going to count, even if it had dropped. So a very good last quarter has sealed victory for Canterbury. It's their 7th win in the Sky Broadband Rapid League, and they close it out here against the Tuatara, 34-26. Let's have a look at the Chemist Warehouse stats. And Holmes loved him in the second half in particular.
Holmes and Martin, really impressive. That many points in 16 minutes of gameplay, and the energy they brought. Man, this Canterbury outfit's scary.
Yeah, Holmes will show up in the next category as well, just behind Ihaka Kate.
5 assists from Kaya Isaac, and maybe about 5 minutes of play. He was normally for his shooting prowess. And Jake Holmes as well. He's all over. He might be on that 5-5-5 triple-double that Miles is always on about in the Rapid League.
Well, he definitely got it today. Jake Holmes, 13 points, 5 assists and 5 rebounds.
That's awesome. MVP?
Right. Not bad for a 16-year-old.
Rangiora
High School.
Represent, baby.
34-26, the full-time score here in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. In 20 minutes, we have the Cowles NBL clash between the two here from Cowles Stadium. Make sure you stay with us here on Sky Sport.
doing it. So do you need a t-shirt? Okay, so you need to just go and visit Faith and get a t-shirt because you won't be allowed on the court unless you have a t-shirt. Yeah.
Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to round 9 of the Cowles NBL. We are in Ōtautahi Christchurch for the Canterbury Rams, Auckland Tuatara match in the Cowles NBL here from Cowles Stadium. The crowd is filing in to watch the defending champions in their latest match. And we're glad that you're watching from wherever you are ahead of this game. Always a fun battle, isn't it? An Auckland and Canterbury teams going at it in any sport. Lindsay Tate, former Tall Blacks guard, is with us straight from mixandpick.com poll, Lindsay. And look, I don't think there's any surprise with that stat, with the Rams looking powerful.
Yeah, Rams have been running through teams right now, Glenn, but, you know, being from up here, Tamaki Makoto, I got to say that might be a little bit low for the Tuatara. I think they got a better chance than 16 right now, but that's why we play the game. We're about to see. Exactly.
Yeah, there's been a bit of a disruption in the Tuatara camp again, with the departure of Davo Hickey, the Australian. In comes Zach Riley. They've got Luther Muhammad signed, but he hasn't been cleared to play this game, but he'll be back within the week. And of course, we know what sort of form he was in for the Franklin Bulls in season 2024. So looking forward to seeing him back in New Zealand.
Massive pickup, Luther Muhammad, and won't be around this evening, but welcoming back Rob Lowe as well from an injury. So looking forward to that.
Indeed. Canterbury Rams on top of the table at the moment with 8 wins and 2 losses, just ahead of Wellington and Franklin. Manawatu also right in the mix. And Auckland down in 6th place at the moment, but they're only 2 wins off top spot, Lindsay. It's a tight top 6, isn't it?
It's a very balanced competition overall, and Tuatara right there at their tipping point right now, where they need to string some wins together to stay attached.
And they're capable of doing that too. They went on a 5-game winning stretch earlier on in the season. Hawke's Bay lead the bottom 6, but don't count them out too. Got some talented players in their team, including Jackson Ball, who's been in stellar form. This game here between the Rams and the Tuatara is the first of 2 coming up today. Wellington could join, I guess, well, it'll be interesting to see the top 2 teams in action against different opponents. That's a big game with the Jets. Going back to that ladder, Lindsay.
Jets have been tracking great, you know, coming in 4th from where they've been the last couple of years, respectfully, like cellar dwellers, and welcoming in a new regime, the Webb Stefano and Dante Russo-Nance. They're really doing great right now.
A couple of games coming up tomorrow too to look forward to. Franklin at home to Nelson, and then we've got that South Island derby between the Sharks and the Nuggets coming up tomorrow afternoon at 5:30. So let's get to the starting 5s now. And there's a welcome sight, as we just hinted, with that Auckland Tuatara team, with the returning Rob Lowe from injury. Rolled his ankle against Taranaki about 4 weeks ago. This is his first game back since. He's joined in the starting 5 by Pride Tuach Riley, who plays his first game in 4 years, having just finished up at American College. Tom Vodanovich is there as normal. The coach, of course, is Cam Glidden. Let's hear from Rob Lowe.
We're here with Rob Lowe right now. Can you tell me really quickly, how is the body today?
Yeah, it's good. Ready to go.
Ready to go? Awesome. We're ready to go as well. Can you tell me also, how has the Tuatara been adjusting to life without the great William Hickey?
Yeah, he's off to different things, and you know, we're adjusting to him. We've got Zach coming in today, and he's had a great first week with us. We're excited to move on.
That's great. Cheers, Rob. Have a great game today.
Thanks, man.
Cheers.
Rob Lowe, short and sweet as always.
Straight to the point. He's fine.
Exactly. Last game was April the 21st, so just under a month he's been out of this Auckland team, and they were starting to look really good with him in the team, but he's back now to add that solid dimension. Make it a bit tougher for the Canterbury Rams, who are looking good, aren't they? It's a strong starting 5. Taylor Britt, who's been in outstanding form for the Tall Blacks against Australia. Sean McDonald, Torhi Smith-Milner was in the Tall Blacks too. Walter Brown likewise. So they've got 3 current Tall Blacks in their team. And the other player in there is CJ Penhard, the American. And let's hear from Taylor Britt, see what sort of form he's going to bring to this game after his hot form in the black singlet.
George Reid here with the Canterbury Rams at Cowles Stadium. We're here with Taylor Britt. Last week we were at Hamilton with the Tall Blacks over the Australian Boomers. Tell me really quickly, what have you brought back from that test to here at Cowles Stadium against the Tuatara tonight?
A lot of confidence. there was obviously a few of us Rams boys out there playing in that game, so we're feeling good, we're feeling confident, and it's good to be back here in Canterbury and playing with our teammates again and playing in front of Cowles.
Of course, it's always a great atmosphere down here at Cowles Stadium. Tell us, what kind of strategy have you got for the Tuatara tonight, being down one of our imports?
Yeah, it's a great opportunity for everyone else to step up. We're not going to change much. We're just going to keep trying to build our championship habits and see how that goes tonight.
There we are, Taylor Britt. Of course, that player injured or not playing today is Kyle Bowen. What sort of a loss is he for this Rams team, Lindsay?
He's been a huge part for this Rams team, Kyle Bowen, you know, coming over from United, but obviously so loaded and stacked in their front line. I think they'll be fine at home this evening, the Rams.
They still have Kyle Isaac and Max Darling to call on, who are also part of the Tall Blacks. Neither of those two players are starting. And as we look at the head-to-head on the Chemist Warehouse stats here, all looking good in the red column.
They are very dominant again. You know, they're putting over 100 points on the board. Also one of the better rebounding and defensive teams. From looking at the statistics again today, their only Achilles heel really is the free throw line. So maybe the Tuatara want to look at fouling them a lot. Maybe not.
Oh, be smart with their fouls, like every team should be.
Only 11 on the bench as well, so slightly shorter bench today for the Tuatara.
And here's Max Darling. He's been going at 9 points per game at 46%. He's been a Tall Black this season as well. So yes, lots of New Zealand interest in that Canterbury team again. Also got to mention too the last game between these two on April the 26th, which Rob Lowe missed. You must point that out. It was the Rams 131, the Tuatara 78. That's a 50-point win there for the Rams. I would have to go down and say, I don't know if you agree with me, that is the most extraordinary result this year in this league. What do you think?
I was at that game, and yeah, I have to agree with you. I didn't pick that one, but if you watched it in person, the Rams were really, really impressive that game. And obviously, totally new team for the Tuatara, so coming off this little international break and getting Rob back, it'll be great to see what they look like this evening. Zach Riley, you know, welcome addition. Son of Brad Riley, so whakapapas to, you know, Brad played for the country, went to Olympic Games, and Zach just finished at Fordham University in New York, just finished his gig there, and he won the New Zealand Youth Player of the Year before he went away, so a really welcome addition and local to bring back in, and obviously waiting on Luther Muhammad as well. Yeah,
it must be mentioned too that Zach Riley, of course, was originally signed to the Bulls, but then traded for Jordan Hunt in that first big trade of the trade window.
Yeah, both teams winning there, Glenn, like Jordan Hunt, another one who's a great pickup for the Bulls, and Tuatara look like they need a little bit of a guard, so they get Luther, and they've also got Zach this evening, so welcomed addition.
What about the challenge for Cam Glidden? He's in his first year coaching the team. He would have thought heavily about the role Dave O'Hickey was going to play for the rest of the season. Now he's gone, and he's got to think about Zach Riley. He's got to think about Luther Muhammad now. What sort of a challenge for him?
Yeah, welcome, Mr. Glidden, to the professional coaching world. You know, on paper, I had Tuatara as being, you know, one of the top teams in the league early on with Rob and Davo, and then they withered, you know, Davo coming in late, Rob getting injury, Davo leaving. Now they've got to welcome in 2 new guards. So I would say the biggest thing will be style of play. You know, Davo was, he was at the ring, he played with pace, he could facilitate, but he could score a lot. You know, Luther Muhammad played, from what I could see, slightly slower pace. It'll be interesting to see how they use Zach Riley as well.
Indeed, Luther Muhammad, of course, got that beautiful jump shot on him.
He does, you know, and he kind of plays at his own pace is what I was getting at. So right. Definitely not a negative thing, just something that stylistically they'll have to adjust to moving forward. Tuatara, kind of like fighters and boxers, you know, we all got our different styles, and they'll have to adjust to his style. Another positive, though, for the Tuatara is Charlie Pride really found himself before this international break. He's found his stroke and his confidence, and he's been getting hot. So as an import, that'll really help for the Tuatara if he finds his feet.
Yeah, 13 points per game and 6 rebounds a game for Pride at the moment. And Tuach is another one to keep your eye on too. 19 points per game and 5 rebounds a game for him. But they're going to have to be at the top of their game to unsettle this Canterbury team.
You're right, Glenn. We haven't spoken enough on Boy Tuach, you know what I mean? Super versatile wing, utility, can be used all over the court, damn near 20 points a game, and I feel like I don't mention his name enough when I sit and watch these teams, so definitely watch for him this evening.
Set up for the latest Auckland Canterbury battle in the Cowles NZNBL, round 9 of this year's championship. Auckland coming into it in 6th place with a 6-5 record. Canterbury reminding you 8-2, they're top of the ladder at the moment. Let's get this game underway, and Lowe gets the tip. That hit the referee there actually, but it's still play on. And here is Riley. First game for him in the NZNBL since 2021 when he was at the Auckland Huskies. Now here goes Lowe working away on Smith-Milner. And Smith-Milner winning that one.
Like that by the Tuatara, getting a great look deep for Rob, and he just left it a little bit short, but I like that first up play.
There's Smith-Milner. Nice pass. Straight away McDonald gets the 2 points. And it's Canterbury off to a good start.
Looked like they had a little stagger there in the corner for McDonald, and they just top-locked it, and he got the back cut for the easy layup to start him off. Shouldn't get much easier than that for Mr. McDonald.
4th game for him. Low sliding one in. In fact, it's Tommy V.
Hey, I'll take it, Tommy V. A little bit of pressure here up the court from Tuatara. Tommy V's not interested though. Leaving Charlie try with that one.
Now going to Britt. And he's an early foul on Riley.
Taylor Britt is so good at that. He's so crafty at just the angles he plays with and getting people out of position. Zach Riley getting thrown straight in here. Been back home for about a week and straight in the deep end to the defending champs.
Brown with the reverse layup. So Walter Brown gets his first 2 points of the game.
Very subtle, but you can tell this group right here is clicking Canterbury. They are confident. They're looking at building habits to try and win this thing moving forward, as Taylor Britt said.
Love the little teardrop from Pride. Locks up the scores. McDonald again, doing the same at the other end of the court.
You can just tell that the pace they're playing with right now, if the Tuatara don't tighten up, this is going to be a tough evening for them. It's way too free-flowing for Canterbury right now.
Riley. Work off. Vodanovic now low for 3. Taken by Britt.
There's that pace again that they're playing with the Rams.
Oh, offensive foul goes against Torhi Smith-Milner.
I think Zach did a great job of kind of selling that. Torhi looked like he was relatively set. And Zach slammed into him, and Torhi gets caught for that. So smart play by the young fella. Take it.
He's going to have his hands full in this game, Zach Riley.
Penhall with the ball pressure on Tommy V. Couple strong bodies right there up top. Same with Torhi and Rob.
Vodanovic for 3, and he nails it, Tom Vodanovic.
Tommy V, the last time they played was about the only one who had a decent game for Tuatara. I think he had about 24, so he was the one shining light.
What about that block from Zach Riley? Here comes Tuach. Tuach. Nice bank home there from Boy Tuach.
And that's where he's super effective. Boy Tuach in transition, playing downhill, long athlete, easy lay.
There's McDonald again. Smith-Milner. Brown. Nice pass back to Smith-Milner. And there's a foul in the paint. Smith-Milner to the Chemist Warehouse stripe for 1.
Great find by Walter Brown, just attacking the closeout. Torhi's the wheelman for the easy layup. His shot fake got me, Glenn. I was still trying to figure out if he traveled or not on that.
Exactly.
While the whole thing played out.
Exactly. I thought, did he lift his foot there?
He like got up on his tippy toes, which is very ballerina-like from the big fella.
It's locked up the scores at 9 apiece. McMilner with the free throw from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Here comes Zach Riley. Vodanovic. Out by Penha. Tuach. Now low. Nice rotation of the ball to Pride. Shot clock down to 6. Here's Riley. And there's a foul. One might go on.
Walter Brown, I believe.
Yes.
Just getting a little bit too physical on that closeout. And Zach Riley with the strong attack. So Max Darling will check in here with Tom. A couple of Tall Blacks check in. After crazy, 3 minutes? Not even 3 minutes. Not too bad at all. Bit of a luxury there for the Rams.
Riley with the inbound pass. bench is going to be key in this game, isn't it? It's to Arch. Little reach in by McDonald, perhaps.
I think they got CJ Penha there
Indeed,
on the top side, just a little bit too aggressive with that stab on the dribble, and got called for the foul. That'll be the Rams' second for the quarter, I believe.
With mentioning too, Penha, this is his first start in the NBL.
Which again speaks to the depth. He's a hell of a player, you know, and just speaks to the depth of this Ram team. They don't have Bowen right now, who'd normally be starting, so Penha slots right in.
Well, that was a frantic shot from the Tuatara as the shot clock went down. There's Penha, and that's beautiful from CJ Penha. The foul's going to go on Vodanovic.
Great little hands up crossover, and just got Tommy V slightly out of a seat on that shot fake. No, I'm sorry, he didn't. He closed the gap on him.
Penha's first points of the game.
Noah Rasmussen checking into the game here.
Bench is going to be critical, as I touched on before, isn't it? Auckland look a little underpowered on the bench, Lindsay.
Absolutely. Right now, on paper, you would say that, Glenn. You're right, you know, but this is why we play the game. Young Rasmussen had a great rapid league, so slightly undermanned today while Luther's not here, but they're going to have to thug it out on the road.
Josh Wiley also injured today. He's been a pretty decent bench player as well. Two Arch from way outside the three-point line, and Darling with the rebound. Quick three attempt from Isaac is a stray, but it's picked up nicely by Penha. Now McDonald. And Wiley, that's come off Darling, I think. Yes, it has.
He was lucky there, Max. A little bit of contact on that, but they let it go, so no foul. They'll stay in a slightly extended pressure here, the Rams.
Wiley. That's where of Isaac. Nice bounce pass, and Rasmussen finishes off with the Tuatara.
And Zach, he's an aggressive, penetrating guard there and getting downhill, causing issues. And that's where Noah's really effective. We've seen that in the rapid league.
McDonald with the quick three attempts. Brown can't nail the rebound, and it's going to be Canterbury ball, though.
A lot of threes early on here for the Rams. Normally they collapse into the paint a little bit more with their penetration before they start getting their threes up.
Yeah, just the one three-pointer in the game so far. That's to Vodanovic. Isaac, he's lost it, has he, Penha? I think he's fouled, but the basket isn't going to fall, but he will go to the line to shoot two.
It was an interesting little play there. It was like they almost got tangled up awkwardly, and Penha came up with the ball. Rasmussen gets caught with his hands in the cookie jar, kind of. Couple free throws for the Rams.
So far, the Tuatara have rolled these sleeves up nicely. First free throw miss there. And the second free throw falls for CJ Penha. He has 4 points. 2-point game. Halfway through the first quarter. Hope you're enjoying it here from Cowles Stadium. He's low.
It doesn't seem a lot now, Glenn, but this continual extended pressure from the Rams just wears you down. It's the third and fourth quarter where you start to see the effects of that.
Shot clock down to 5 to Arch. Forced to put up the three, and he's astray, and that's good defense by Canterbury. And the fast breaks on. Darling. Ooh, a little tip from Tuatara saved the day for the Tuatara there.
Mismatch down low here in the paint.
Yeah, it's Penha on Pride, and it's an offensive foul against Penha.
Yeah, great call. He extended that offhand right there. Too much for my liking. Great D from the guard there. Charlie just digging in, getting underneath him. See that left hand just extended too far. It's the right call for my liking. Tuatara will get rewarded with the ball.
Penha's going to check out of the game with his second foul.
Oh, fourth team foul, both teams in the bonus for the remaining 5 minutes, so that's a long time to be playing out of the bonus for both teams.
Oh, almost lost it there. Brown almost got in and stole it. Tuatara, shot clock down to single numbers again for the Tuatara. This has been a feature of the game so far. Now Pride. It's the ball back from Tuatara. Pride gets his own rebound and finishes off the second time.
Yeah, the garden there amongst the trees comes up with that O board.
By Isaac for three. And the crowd rise and enjoy that one.
And we've seen it earlier in the Rapid League, and again in game 3, you know, Kai's playing with a lot of confidence and freedom right now, especially on the perimeter. He's shooting that thing with a lot of confidence.
Enjoying the one-on-one battle with Torhi Smith-Milner and Rob Lowe. That's been a beauty so far.
Yeah, they're getting after it though. They're veterans now, those two. Very smart players, very skilled for their size, can shoot that thing, so great battle to watch.
It's interesting, 2 fouls for Penha, 2 fouls for Smith-Milner now. And we're only 4 minutes into the, or 6 minutes into the game.
A little bit of foul trouble for the bigs of Canterbury, and they do play aggressively, but again, not too much concern with the amount of depth that they've got over there and the style they play, very interchangeable.
Exactly. Matt Starling is there almost as an insurance policy in this game.
You can kind of slide anywhere from the wing all the way up to the 5 max, so a luxury to have him on board, bring him off the bench.
Low with the second from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. That's his first point of the game.
Great to have Rob back again after about a month off from the game. That international window really helped Tuatara. Little zone action here, looks like.
McIntosh gets his left hand around the corner there. Nice job by McIntosh. It's Tama Isaac. Ledger. Oh, passes a bit loose to Barrow. Tuatara. Shot clock down to 9. Tuatara with fancy footwork.
Yeah, and he's just too athletic on that play for Kaya Isaac. Just around him and over him. You could see Cam Glidden calling for the clear out, so they wanted to attack that matchup foot speed wise.
Lovely play from Tuatara. Now Darling for 3. Oh, rattles it in. Canterbury up by 3.
Man, Max Darling has got a great touch stroke for a guy that is physically such a beast. He's got such a soft touch on his shot. Great shot from the young fella.
Pride. Ledger in the post there against the shorter player.
He's got to take advantage of that.
Exactly. Here's Pride trying to find some space. Baseline, and there is the steal. Here comes Sean McDonald. It's around Barrow like he wasn't even there. Too much athletic. Rebound taken by him.
Oh, great show there by CJ Penhard, just getting out and blowing that on ball up.
Barrow cross court over to McIntosh. Now Ledger.
Still got a point guard on him here, Josh.
Oh, McIntosh did well to salvage that. Shot clock down to 6 as Tuatara goes for 3. Nice box out there from Kaya Isaac, and here comes McDonald again. It's nice play from McDonald. That's the foul out of, looks like Pride. Yes, indeed.
You can see coming down this end of the court, Glenn, the Rams looking to play free, you know, keep the ball moving. Tuatara playing slightly slower down their end. And in regards to that, if we're going to play slower and going to get the ball into the post with these mismatches, we've got to take advantage of them and be a little bit more aggressive and effective. Right now, allowing these guards to match up on their bigs is not going to be the way that Tuatara are going to have success.
So here's Sean McDonald. First time we've seen him in New Zealand. 4 seasons at Tasmania in the Aussie NBL. He gets his 2 free throws from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. He's the Rams out to a 5-point lead. That's the biggest lead for them so far. And a bit of full court pressure.
That could have gone off Boy's leg there. But this is where they just keep wearing you down, Glenn. You can see no easy inbounds. You have to deal with this for 4 quarters, especially if you're not as deep as you normally are. That's how they eat teams up, this Rams team. You've got to be really effective against this pressure. You can't get sloppy.
Well, McDonald's Tasmanian teammate, Walter Brown, he just can't believe that call. He's still not happy with it. So Zach Riley's come back into the game for Tuatara and gets a spell. Ledger. Get around Walter Brown. Whoops. Ledger. Nice job in the end, and that's come off Isaac. Still got to be Auckland ball with 11 on the shot clock.
You're right. And like the old Perth Wildcats, sometimes the Rams, I feel like, get away with being overly physical because that's kind of the tone that they set. So offensively, if I'm dealing with that, I'm trying to play through this.
What about that? That wasn't overly physical.
It wasn't. And in regards to that, we're probably looking for a little bit of consistency with the whistle.
Max Darling thumped that Auckland player with a feather. It's Nick Barrow.
But again, what I meant by that, if Walter Brown is going to get up all over and pressure, on the perimeter like that, we're going to just have to get aggressive and play downhill and force these referees to blow their whistle because both teams are in the bonus for a long time right now.
Barrow at the line for the Tuatara. And it is a three-point game. Barrow's been going 58% from the Chemist Warehouse stripe, so that's good that he got his 2 free throws there.
Really solid for them as always, Nick Barrow.
Darling for another 3 perhaps. Short on that occasion as Barrow gets the ball. Riley. And Pride again. Marked by Kaya Isaac. Riley. We've got Leger there. Leger posting up on Britt. No, it's back to Riley for 3. And Darling picks up the loose ball for Canterbury.
And again, not to be that guy, Glenn, but you had McDonald and Taylor Britt matched up on Josh Ledger and Nick Barrow, and they didn't take advantage of it that quarter. You're going to be very difficult to beat teams if you don't take that at this level.
It's the 3rd or 4th time in this quarter that's happened, hasn't it?
And they're in the smile with catches. Like, they've got to get aggressive.
Pride looking to cut that 5-point lead again.
Great crash by Nick Barrow, or jam there. Just putting pressure on the offensive glass.
Foul is gone on Barrow by the look of it.
So traditionally in basketball, when a shot goes up, you have a couple of bigs rebounding and a safety. In the last 5-10 years, this theory of jamming has come into play, where you basically send all 5 players forward and you're supposed to find the nearest man, which a lot of teams, the national team does it, so in turn a lot of the teams that play domestically do it. So that's where you see those kind of scenarios where you have guys rushing the basketball. And often it leads to a lot more offensive rebounding positions, and defensively, even if you don't get the ball, it leaves you extended up the court, which is how a lot of teams like to play now.
Darling at the Chemist Warehouse stripe. 1 from 2 on that visit. Brown's going to tidy up.
Can't give up 0 boards in that scenario.
Especially if a 3 comes. Now Britt for 3. Darling. Brilliant stuff from Max Darling. That was the most impressive rebound of the game so far.
Great battle in there from Max. Just outworking Tuatara on that play.
Darling for 3. Brown is...
3 0 boards in a row, Glenn.
It almost came off his legs there as we see Kaya Isaac in possession.
And if there's one thing you can't do when you're playing in Canterbury, it's get outworked by them, which is what's happening right now.
That's a foul against Barrow, I think it is. So that's going to be more free throws from the Chemist Warehouse stripe for the Rams.
You see, size-wise, not too much of a discrepancy. I might even say that the Tuatara are bigger than the Rams right now, but the Rams just more alert and active at getting to the basketball right now. Okay, that might have been on... I'm not sure who that was on there.
I think, well, it was Barrow initially, because he's been subbed out. And Lowe is back in. Barrow subbed out on 2 fouls.
Yeah, you're right.
Darling stretches that lead to 7 now. Critical time too, the last minute of this first quarter.
It is potential 2 for 1 here if the Tuatara want it. Or they can play slow and basically cut the game into a 2-possession game total, which looks like they're going to do.
Here's Lowe. Working on Darling. Again, the shot clock. Canterbury's defense is just smothering any opportunities for Auckland in this first quarter. Now Riley trying to find space. Good work by Riley to put up the shot. And that's good work from Pride. Now what's happened here? Foul. We heard the shot clock buzzer go off, but they definitely hit the rim before. It looks like the foul has been called on Max Darling.
It looked like it might have been one of those plays where the Rams just stopped for a half beat, thinking that it was a violation. Tuatara played through it, and in turn, looks like Max Darling got picked up with a chippy little foul there.
Pride at the line. He's been going at 87% from the free throw line, one of the best free throw shooters in this league this year.
Yeah, great job by Charlie on that play, not giving up on the play and playing through the whistle, as we teach our young fellas.
Just as I took him up from the line, he misses one. 7-point game. Now Canterbury got the last shot if they want it, and they will settle for it.
Just in the zone here, Tuatara, to finish this quarter. Little 2-3 action.
Brett for three. There's a stray, and nice rebound taken by Chris McIntosh, and that's going to do it for the end of the first quarter. Pretty solid quarter of basketball by the defending champs. They're the Canterbury Rams. They're up by 7 at the break. It's 26-19. (26-19) it is here in Christchurch at Cowles Stadium. The leading scorer for Canterbury so far is Sean McDonald and Max Darling. They both have 6 points. And Darling's chimed in with 3 rebounds as well. Although interesting to note that Penha and Smith Milner are on 2 fouls, as is Darling. So the 3 big guys are all on 2 fouls. And for Auckland, leading scorer at the moment is Vidanovic and Pride with 5 points each. Now, here is the large 100 pepperoni black bag pizza for $40. That's a lot of pizza.
That'll feed the whānau easy. Them big boys right there.
Exactly. So scan the QR code. That offer valid until Tuesday. So come into the face.
Tuatara, Glenn, done a great job that quarter of looking after the basketball. The rare occurrence, 0 turnovers for an entire quarter for a whole team. Keeping them in the ball game here.
It's going to just up that shooting percentage a little bit, 36%. They found it tough to get good looks in the game, but here is Britt. Darling. That's the move on Ledger. Ledger did well, though.
Great D.
Now Lowe bringing the ball forward. Riley. Now Ledger. Nice pass. That was tremendous.
It was. Charlie Pride just seeing Taylor Britt lost vision there, and little pocket pass from Josh Ledger, the big man that they like to use as a facilitator for the easy layup.
Lead back to 5 as McDonald just gets it back in time. Brown. Nice from Walter Brown. He's just got a knack of finding space in the key.
He does, but if your boy Tuach, that's a scout misread there, you know, he ran at him like he was Steph Curry, where he's probably a better penetrator, you know, for my liking, so a little bit smarter on that closeout.
Brown with a rebound this time as McDonald has it.
I haven't spoken on it a lot, but having McDonald and Taylor Britt as your starting guards is going to be a tough proposition for any team, even in the ANBL.
Early rotation. So you see Darling. Pride just gets it before the baseline snuck up on him. Trying to work off low as Charles Pride. And he went on his lonesome there, and it was 2 points. Nice job, and there's a timeout called by Quinn Clinton. The Rams coach is the Tuatara. Just sensed that there was a bit of momentum coming from the visitors, so he wanted to nip that in the butt early in the second.
It'll be about as easy as a basket as you'll see scored against the Canterbury Rams, and I'm not surprised Coach Clinton burned that timeout. That is not how they roll, so I'm sure he'll be letting them know that they need to tighten up real quick.
It hasn't been too bad, though, for Canterbury so far in this first quarter. They win 26-19, so Tuatara with that layup from Pride have only caught up 2 points.
For sure. I mean, what I'm getting to with that is what Taylor Britt was talking about. You know what I mean? Basically creating habits that are bigger than the scoreboard, you know, which I know what this Canterbury team is about. They're not worried about that. It's more so, why did we break down so badly on that play?
Scan that QR code, folks, to get all the details on Team Merch at Sterling Sports. Got to say, I walked past Sterling Sports in the West City Mall in West Auckland the other day, and I tell you, there was some pretty prominent spaces in that store given to NBL gear, which is good.
As there should be, yeah, that's right. There's some nice looking gear out there as well.
So make sure you get all the details from Sterling Sports. That's all over the country, of course. 8:26 to play in the second quarter.
If they want to do any commentary sponsorships, we're available, right, Glenn?
Damn.
Whatever they need us to wear.
Took the words right out of my mouth. You mentioned right at the start of the game, in fact, before tip-off, Lindsay, that Auckland have got to get these big guys in foul trouble. It's got a pretty good job in the first quarter.
And Tuatara here, 2-3 zone. Again, just buying themselves a little bit of legs and size. Win there for Tuatara, forcing them to a missed three. Oh, okay.
Low. Oh, Darling with another foul. That's his third of the game.
If somebody could please cut out that move that Rob Lowe just did with the basketball dribbling there, I would please send it to me. This one right here. Hey. That was awesome.
Well, only if you're a Tuatara fan. So Darling goes to the bench on 3 fouls. Penhart back out there on 2. Just past that Low just grabs, and Penhart out of bounds off him. Still 15 on the shot clock. A little untidy for Auckland as they brought the ball forward.
And somehow through that, they've managed to get a ball on Max Darling and get an inbounds from the sideline.
Ledger. Pride. That's Zach Riley for 3, and he nails it. Zach Riley, welcome back to New Zealand, Zach Riley.
And I haven't seen Zach play myself up close and personal for a couple of years now, but before he left, he could shoot that thing, and it looks like he's still got that strap, so they've got to touch that basketball when he's got it.
Getting a lot of perimeter shooting at the moment from the Rams, and they're missing a lot.
You're right, and some of that zone action is playing into that, but Tuatara will be happy to let them fire away from the three-point line or the perimeter if they keep shooting at this clip.
Lowe's been called for a charge there.
That finish was pretty impressive.
It was. Shame it's not going to count. That's his first foul, Rob Lowe. And there's that battle again between Smith-Milner and Lowe.
I've got to say, that was a pretty good defensive play there by Tohi. He did a pretty good job of anticipating for a big fella and bang, bang play. Rob doesn't agree, but Rams will be rewarded.
Smith-Milner lays it off to McDonald. Interesting to note that Lowe's only got 1 point in the game so far, as we see Brown go for 3.
Still working his way back in after, an extended period of being away, but I tell you, any day of the week, the Tuatara will welcome Rob Lowe back onto the court with his presence out there. It's a different look outfit every time.
McIntosh. Oh, tipped in superbly by Tuatara. This is a good quarter of basketball so far from Auckland, as they lock the scores up. That 7-point deficit has been cut to nothing, and now they can take the lead.
Another great rebound from Tuatara. He's got the tip in at one end and on the D-boards at this end, imposing himself.
Pride. Step back 3 is away, and here's Britt. Can he keep that pace up? He's lost it, and Pride's nicked it back. Nice pass to Tuatara, and there's a foul from Smith-Milner, and that's his third foul.
So the two tall black bigs here. Perfect scenario for Tuatara. These boys got to go and sit down right now with 6 minutes left in the second quarter, so a lot of time, a lot of gameplay left.
Remember, Quinn Clinton's already blown that time out as well.
That's right. So things are going well here for the Tuatara, but still a lot of time left in this game.
And another point here, it's not heavy scoring from Rob Lowe that's got them back into the game either. So this is encouraging for Auckland.
Yeah, very balanced team effort early on from this Tuatara outfit. Zach Riley plugged in, great for them so far. Dylan Wilkie checking in here, I believe, for his first minutes this evening.
So 2 Americans leading the scoring for Auckland. Pride with 9, and now Tuatara with 8. So now it's his 2 from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Auckland up by 2. Very nice.
Still in this zone here, Glenn. This 2-3 zone. Just clogging things up on the baseline.
It's Penhart. Nice pass into Brown. He's not going to miss from there.
And as you'll notice, that'll be their most effective play, finally getting their feet in the paint and getting something at the ring. Nice for the Rams to see that ball go through.
Bogdanovic over to Wilkie. Nice pass over to McIntosh. And who's that come off? It's going to be off Brown, so it's going to be Auckland ball. Nice job by Wilkie, and he knows that little 1% plays like that means something.
Absolutely checking straight into the ball game and imposing himself, being a nuisance, getting an extra possession. Just what you want from your guys coming off the bench.
Wilkie, up by Kyle Isaac. Oh, poor pass, and McDonald just can't keep it in court.
And they're aggressive defensively right now, Canterbury. Getting up and trying to blow everything up on the perimeter any chance they get. Not the biggest team, but definitely interchangeable and quick.
Tuatara for 3. Now, that's another good stop by Canterbury as we see McDonald. Gives it back to Penhart. That's nice. That's Isaac for 3. Can't nail the open look. Beautiful work by Penhart. I think McIntosh might be called for that one.
Great job by Penhart getting an extra position there on the O boards, and Chris unfortunately dropped and got caught out of position. He'll get blown for that foul. It'll be the second for the quarter for the Tuatara.
That's the biggest body check by a small player this season.
That was like a timing check, to be honest with you. It was kind of like a land whap.
McIntosh will be pretty happy with that. And they gave away the foul. Nice rebound taken by Tuatara. He started to do it nicely at both ends. That's his 6th rebound.
He's a menace on the boards to watch. Often goes unnoticed in that regard, but damn near ends every game. 8 to 10 boards.
No. That might be going on McDonald. Coach Glidden is happy with that call.
A smart play there, Rob, just hitting with the subtle reverse pivot as he came past and nipped them.
Tuatara.
Short clock here for Tuatara.
Shot clock down to 6. It's Tuatara. Oh, that's a nice kind bounce off the rim there for Bogdanovic. It's going to still be Tuatara ball.
Both teams are making a nuisance of themselves on the offensive glass and getting extra possessions. Down at the Rams end, you know, could probably put some of that down to the zone. But Tuatara doing a great job of getting extra possessions against this Ram team down this end.
Coach Glidden, Cam Glidden's called a timeout. Just wants to hit the reset button as we into the second half of the second quarter. Gives us a chance to look at some stats for you. Brown, McDonald and Darling all have 6. It's been a tough quarter offensively for Canterbury so far. They've only scored 4 points. 11-4. They're being outscored.
Very perimeter orientated right now, and unlike Coach Quinn Clinton's timeout, I think Coach Glidden has used this one more for lungs. You know, he's happy with the way the group's playing. He's just trying to save legs, and that's why they're playing a bit of zone as well. Rams, obviously, if I'm coach over here, I'm drawing up some stuff to get some paint touches and establish ourselves inside before. Then once we collapse the defense, we can kick out for rhythm threes, and we know where our offensive rebounders are.
if you're the Auckland Tuatara with 4:48 to play and you've got Darling on 3 fouls and Smith-Milner on 3 fouls out of the game, possibly until half-time, is this the chance for the Tuatara to really move forward in this game?
Well, again, they've almost got 2 size mismatches in the paint every single time down the court, Glenn. You know what I mean? So if I'm Coach Glidden, I'm looking at ways of taking advantage of that, whether it's directly through the post or getting it to the post and blasting cutters through, things of that nature. Because they're getting the mismatches, it's just being more effective in dealing with them. Having said that, they've done a great job on the road, introducing Zach in late to the piece to be tied up right here.
Wilkie gives it to
one of those mismatches we spoke about.
Double team though as Brown came in, and McIntosh. He's still got the ball, Chris McIntosh. He has. And he stood on the baseline. Hard luck there for Chris McIntosh.
Hey, I like it though. You can see Coach Glidden spoke about it. They got the ball to Tom against the point guard, and Chris had a great blast cut down the middle. He just left the layup short. So they're making those adjustments out there on the chessboard.
Tama Isaac.
2-3 zone for the Tuatara. They're just going to stay in this thing until the Rams prove that they can be effective against it.
There's the 3 going in from McDonald. It's off target.
It's another one for the Tuatara.
Oh, and then they chuck it away. That's Bogdanovic and Lowe. They've played enough hoops together. Look at that. Nice little conversation. Rob, don't throw it out like that, though. It's not good.
And good on Rob there. You know, you can see he kind of put his hand up, and that's just one of those, I would say, fatigue, kind of being away from the game a little bit more than he's used to once. Rob will get that thing back, though. They'll stay in this zone here, clog things up.
Nice ball rotation to Taylor Bruni's back out there. This is a good look at a 3-pointer, though. Canterbury, 2 from 17, 2 from 18 in the game from 3-point line in this one. Low.
Man, I can't even imagine shooting that percentage back in the day, how bad your coach would be talking to you.
Bogdanovic with 2 there for the Tuatara. Tenha works away on low, down low that time, and it works.
Another one, that's an easy one. You don't normally see Rob give up those type of baskets, so just getting his legs back up under him this evening.
Which explodes onto that one and finishes with style. No foul. Coach Glidden is absolutely apoplectic on that call, or lack of one.
One of, if not the most athletic finishes that we've got in this league right now. Boy Tuach, and again, just quietly chipping away on the O boards, running those lanes, all over the glass. Great finish. Pretty good contest too, to be honest with you, on the replay.
Brown and Britt. Away,
another 3.
Now goes for 3. He's missed again. 2 from 20 now. That's 10% from the 3-point line. Low. Can't nail one either from downtown as we see a turnover. In fact, the whistle. And it looks like the foul has been claimed there by Dylan Wilkie, perhaps. Whoa, we're getting a little corridor between those 2 officials. Is going to go on number 9, Dylan Wilkie. Still 3 to play in the second quarter. An intriguing game here in the Cowles NBL.
Just bog them right down with this 2-3 zone, and teams generally play this because they want you firing up from the perimeter, try and protect the paint, but it's become, as it normally does with the zone, it's a mental game right now for the Rams. I've seen them pick zones like this apart many a times, but you can see that it's playing with their mind right now. Exactly what you want your zone to do.
Hi, Isaac. Over to Brown for 3. And Walter Brown rattles one home. Much needed basket there for Canterbury. And they reclaim the lead by 1. Walter Brown has 9 points in the game. Bogdanovic. Treasure that ball. Pride, nice. Pride did well to not to lose that ball and actually get the 2 points.
And that's Charlie Pride's second tough finish on that right-hand baseline there from the guard.
Brown for another 3, and Walter Brown starting to heat up.
Just after they've been, for lack of better words, stinking it up from the perimeter. Walter Brown, who's more of a penetrator, knocks down back-to-back threes, big hit.
Well, he does have an outside shot. I mean, we're going at 30% from the three-point line this season. It's not
Much
too shabby.
improved, absolutely.
Oh, a carry ball there by Tuach.
Oh man, if we on the playground, we arguing that one. Come on now. Calling no carries.
I've seen a carry ball in any of the games that certainly I've called this season until now. Let's have a look here. There's that Brown three again. Back-to-back threes for the Tall Black. Nudges him up to 12 points. The first player hit double figures for the Rams in the game.
And unfazed, they'll stay in this zone here. And the Rams just getting more and more comfortable with it. Slowly, couple of perimeter shots always helps, but they just get that nail catch there at the free throw line for the little push shot. Extend this lead to 4.
Pinha was the beneficiary as he goes to 8 points in the game. Tuach. Low, just get it in front of Pinha. And that's come. Not have even touched Tuach as we see. Timeout call. Yes.
That was a great contest there by Pinha. He gambled. Often he's dead and out of the play, but he managed to get back and contest Rob Lowe, one of the better three-point shooters in the comp, and it ended up in missing everything totally. So well done not giving up on the play.
Canterbury up by 4. They have been in the lead by 8 at one point. Remember, they were in the lead by 7 at quarter time, but this has been a fighting effort from the Tuatara. Complete difference to their previous match against Canterbury.
You really managed to slow this thing down, you know, and you can see defensively at this end, the zones really bog things down, but offensively, they've been smart again, like in the first quarter, 0 turnovers. So welcoming back Rob Lowe in that regard, and obviously welcoming Zach Lowe to the group as well has really helped this evening.
Yeah, and they're getting good work offensively out of Pride and Tuach, who are converting their opportunities. Both are shooting at a pretty acceptable level. Pride is 5 from 10 from the field, and Tuach 4 from 9.
Great point. You're right, and a lot of speak about Dave O'Hickey, but I think the one thing about him departing and these guys getting some runs on the board now is it's given them a little bit of confidence to come out of their shell and play their game more naturally, and you can see that with Charlie and Boy Tuach.
So 1:21 to play.
Again, both teams had 7-8 fouls in the first quarter as well. So in contrast, only 3 team fouls each for both teams. So totally different second quarter to the first.
Very important last 1 minute and 15 seconds here.
You can see Zach Riley there just dropping in and protecting that nail, compressing that zone a little bit.
Down up there competing, and
I'm not going to lie, I don't like that call. Sorry.
Tuach is going to be picked up for the foul.
That's one of them we back-to-back champs calls, Glenn.
It is, isn't it?
I know you don't want me to hear me say that, but that's real. That ain't no foul. Well, if it is, you could call that on damn near every single play.
Exactly.
What you got here? Ihaka Kate checking into the game. Year 13 out of Christ College.
He's going to get a bit of court time. This is his 7th appearance this season. Been averaging 7 minutes a game across his 6 matches prior to this, as we see Walter Brown at the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
And basically plays the whole Rapid League game. Great kid, head boy at Christ College, where he attends with his younger brother, Tawhiri.
Both extremely talented players. This is Zach Riley. Into the last minute. Now what we've got off the ball here.
I like that. Like, there's no way Kaya Isaac should be able to mark Rob Lowe in the post. So I love that Zach Riley was trying to get that thing there straight away. Like, the play is over. If I see that, it's like, get out the way. We toasting Rob up. Yep. And if you send a double, then we pick it apart.
Just got to get it to the
one
free
more.
man.
There we go.
And there's Pride for 3. Oh, and he nails it, Charlie Pride.
Great coaching, Glenn.
And great commentating by you.
You know?
Here's Walter Brown for 3. That's a response. That's 3 triples in this quarter for Brown.
And game within the game there, Glenn. He's hit 2. Like, surely we're going to run at him and put a hand up at least on the 3rd one, not just wave at him, but not so much.
Let's see what Riley can do here. Oh, you can see they want to get the ball to him as Riley fights hard. Pride with the offensive rebound. And that rolls in nicely for Pride. He's up to 13 points. Now, here's the last play of this quarter.
Charlie's finishing has been great in this game around the paint. He's come a long way.
Brett. Here's Isaac.
Great cover by Tuatara.
McDonald, the buzzer beater is good for the Rams. And just like that, they have restored their 7-point lead at the half. So much hard work done by Auckland to narrow the gap at crucial points. But in the end, it's counted for nothing. It's the Rams up at the half, 48-41.
Sorry, but I don't see it.
Well, half-time here, and we've got an interesting game of Cowles NBL that we hope you're enjoying from home. Graham Armour here with Lindsay Tate, and it is Canterbury up at the half by 7, 48-41. Both teams scoring 22 points in that second quarter as we check out some Chemist Warehouse stats for you. And let's have a look at the points. And Walter Brown, courtesy of those 3 3-pointers in that second quarter, leads all the scores now, Lindsay.
Yeah, great quarter for the, great half for the Tuatara there, but things just fell out maybe the last 2 minutes there. We got a little bit light, and Walter Brown was a big part of that with those 3 threes, 5 boards as well.
He's leading the rebounding count too for Canterbury, although Charlie Pride is doing a good job too. He's leading both categories for Auckland.
He is. Charlie Pride's had a great game, as well as Boy Tuach, as we have been speaking about. Those imports have been great for the Tuatara down here this evening.
Nice job by Isaac off the bench with 4 assists, just 1 block each for Riley and Isaac, 2 point guards getting the only blocks in the game.
There you go. A couple steals as well out here. But being a great addition there, great welcome there, Zach Riley. You know, defensively and offensively, you can see straight away how he's going to be a big piece of the puzzle for this group.
Worth mentioning too that Tohi Smith-Milner and Max Darling, of course, we didn't see much of them in the second quarter due to their fouls. Both have conceded 3 fouls in the first half, with Smith-Milner ending with just 3 points, probably under-utilising his efforts in the first half. But you can see plenty of work to do. The mindset is still strong in that Canterbury team as they look to get the job done here in the second half, which is coming up shortly here on Sky Sports. They lead Auckland 48-41. It is the third quarter, not too far away from starting here in Christchurch, 48-41. Canterbury playing the Auckland Tuatara. Don't forget, we have another game coming up today for you, and it's going to be a beauty too between Wellington and Manawatu. Both teams have 8 wins. Corey Webster's been sharpening his pencil in a few games this season. Of course, the Saints are always tough to beat at home. Lindsay, it's going to be an epic match, that one starting at 7:30 tonight.
Yeah, fun place to play down in Wellington, but like you said, like the Jets have come out of nowhere. Obviously, revamped roster, struggled for a little bit now, but brand new. So exciting game coming up. the bro, Corey, still turning up after all these years, man.
Yeah,
impressive.
Looking forward to seeing him in action. So that game, of course, Sky Broadband, Rapid League, starting at 6:30 tonight, with the NBL game starting at 7:30. In the meantime, we've got this half of basketball to play. Can the Tuatara got pretty much, didn't get much reward, did they, at the end of that last minute of that second quarter, did they really?
It was tough. You know, they controlled the pace for most of that half. Did a great job of looking after the basketball. The foul count was in there, you know, kind of worked in their favor in regards to the Rams having to sit down two of their better bigs. So overall, great half, but unfortunately let the gas off with 2-3 possessions that really hurt them late in that second quarter.
Indeed. So they've got to make sure they get that sorted out. And for Canterbury, well, they just feel like they're playing with a measure of control that's perhaps a click or two above most of the other teams.
Yeah, a little bit perimeter orientated, I think, more than they normally are, and that probably has a big part to do with Max and Tohi being unavailable to get inside and do what they normally do as scorers and facilitators. So I wouldn't be surprised if they've addressed that at the halftime and come out here a lot more structured with the way they attack the zone.
Both players have been around a while now, particularly Smith Milner. I don't think he'll be too concerned, and we won't see too much of a gameplay style from him, even though they're both on 3 fouls.
I mean, Max's one was probably the one that jumps out at me as being a kind of a ticky-tack one where he unnecessarily stuck his paw in there. So just being smart with it, keeping your hands out, trying not to get yourselves into any positions where you're going to pick up unnecessary fouls.
So lots of little things to look at as we start this third quarter.
By the looks of things, they're just coming out. It looked like they had Kaya Isaac on the court, so potentially a slightly altered starting lineup with the foul trouble that they've experienced.
Here's Kaya Isaac. Too bad, is it, of Kaya Isaac starting the second up. Penha's still there.
So Tohi out by the looks of things.
Max Darling, of course, started from the bench anyway. Interesting to see Coach Clinton just, I don't know, playing the conservative side of that mathematical equation.
It's hard when you've been running through teams by 40 points, Glenn. You know what I mean? 7 feels like you're losing, for real sometimes. It really does. So, yeah, maybe slightly conservative. But again, there's not many young coaches that kind of have the luxury of moving the chess pieces around like the Canterbury Rams do. So if you can leave Tohi and Max on the bench to start without losing too much, you're doing all right.
Third quarter underway with the Auckland Tuatara down by 7.
Again, my answer to that is for the Tuatara to go inside and bully these boys with their size right now, because they got like they're doing right, trying to do right there. Let's take advantage of that.
Yeah, trying to do that through low, and Vidanovic wasn't to be on that occasion though. Is McDonald. Oh, that's a sweet 3-pointer to start quarter number 3, isn't it?
And that's the opposite end. You've got a power forward marking a point guard, so his advantage is either shooting from the perimeter or speed, and he chooses the first one right there and knocks down the 3.
First time we've seen a double-digit lead in this game. And here is Vidanovic trying to get around Walter Brown. Doesn't get the roll off the rim as we see McDonald coming down court here.
Great
Nice
defense by Walter Brown there, keeping the stronger Tommy V out of the paint.
Can't nail the triple when there's some action. Walter Brown's going to pick up the foul. It's just his second of the game. What about Rob Lowe? Only 1 point. He's put up 5 shots, hasn't nailed a field goal in the game. He's going to have to get cracking at some point. And now really is the time, Lindsay. 10-point deficit.
Absolutely, a little bit out of sorts for a player of his caliber, but he's been out of the game for an extended period now, and being around Rob for a long time, I'm not worried about him. I know he's going to come right these last couple quarters here. He'll be fine.
Here's Tuach.
Got the mismatch here.
Over to Vidanovic. Shot clock down to 2 seconds. Nicely finished by Tom Vidanovic. He's up to 9 in the game. Here's Britt. Look at the difference in pace, and there's a little reach in by Charlie Pride. And they're calling that a shot from Taylor Britt.
And off the mate, just the quick inbounds there, and they keep that pace up playing downhill, and Taylor Britt forces that referee to make that call right there, and he'll get rewarded with a couple of free throws. Tuatara want to tighten up a little bit on those makes, make sure that the Rams can't get that pace going down their throat as much as they are right now.
So really chance at the Chemist Warehouse stripe here for Taylor Britt in the third quarter. He's got just the 2 points in the game so far, but we know he can get cracking when he wants to. Of course, he led the scoring, didn't he, for the Tall Blacks in that win over Australia in Hamilton last week.
Super impressed with Taylor Britt and what he did in those couple of games. And respectfully, it's hard to get love from a point guard and Tamaki Makoto when you're down in the South Island, man. But props off to that young man, Taylor Britt. No lie, he really played his behind off, especially in that game 3. I was really impressed with everything that he showed out there. So well done. Salute, sir.
Here's Vodanovic. Oh, Pride with a perfectly timed cut, and the reverse layup is good too. Auckland cut that lead to 8.
Great cut, great find, great finish by Charlie Pride. Can see him growing in confidence game by game.
Here's McDonald. Nice pass to Penha, who finishes nicely for Canterbury.
Just kind of trading punches here. You can see Tuatara have gone back to their man-to-man defense, and Rams quite comfortable with that. Being really effective attacking it early on here in the third.
It's come off low, so it's going to be Canterbury ball. So Walter Brown, he's leading the scoring in the game with 17 to inbound it now, Britt. Here's Britt again.
He's got the switch here, the mismatch with the bigger Rob Lowe on the perimeter.
Back on the zone again, aren't they?
Great rebound by Penha.
Oh, he's missed the putback though, and Tuach tidies up. Tuatara.
Another one.
A little lucky there, perhaps, not to concede points on that play. Auckland, as we see Lowe, getting it to Vodanovic. Way off target with that one. I reckon he was fouled too there by Penha. No whistle though.
I'm not sure about that shot selection by Tommy V. Just kind of 1-2 pass, contested 3. No time and score.
So McDonald coming down court. He's got 12 points. The Australian. He's up. And he's too much space there for Sean McDonald.
Timeout here from Coach Cranwood, and great timeout. You can see Tuatara just a little bit sloppy in their actions right here defensively, and 12-point lead can extend out real quick with this type of group, so I like that timeout.
It's the biggest lead of the ball game now, 57 to 45. And you're right, that was getting a little bit untidy from the Tuatara's perspective.
This is what they do, Glenn. It's scary. Like we said, they didn't start Max or Tohi, and they just keep throwing bodies at you in waves and pressure and executing, and before you know it, they're up, and then now it's 12-point deficit, 7 minutes left in the third, and these guys are ready to come back in, hungry to come back in, because they've been sitting the whole game.
Indeed, and it's this has been beautiful execution from Canterbury, not only in this quarter, but in the last little period of the second quarter too. Just going back here, it was a 4-point game with less than 2 to play in the second quarter, Lindsay, and since then Canterbury came good at the end of that second quarter, and they've started strongly in the third.
And the scary thing is their 3 tall black guards are barely on the scoreboard right now. They're just kind of facilitating. Flip side is Tuatara has still got Rob Lowe to, get back to his formidable self, which we know he will in time, so stay tuned.
Surely Lowe is going to get cracking at some point.
Again, just like to see them get slightly deeper catches on that post, be a little bit more aggressive and quicker with their reads, just kind of allowing these guards to get up underneath them and send those aggressive doubles, which means that those kickouts aren't as sharp and you don't have as much time to play with on the weak side. Like, just go, Tommy V.
Passes to Lowe, and Lowe's created space nicely. First field goal of the game for Rob Lowe, and it's taken until 6:50 in the third quarter. And here's McDonald again.
Again, if you're asking a Tuatara team that got dusted by these guys by 50, and they're in a 10-point fight here on the road, Rob Lowe's been super valuable, whether he's scoring or not.
Lovely pass to Tuach, who lays it in for 2 more. He's got 12.
Is there anybody better transition in Boy Tuatara, Glenn, that you've seen in this league?
I'll have him on my side.
Yep.
Thanks very much.
Oh,
How about that? Low. Spank you very much.
and there's the big fella, like we said, love to see that his defensive energy is not affected by his offensive output. You know, that's a big thing for basketball and playing both ends, and rim protection at its finest.
Come on. What about that block from Low? You haven't seen anything.
Showing that athleticism. Oh, another one by Charlie Pride there, the guard with the block. Great push by Zach Riley. That's natural for him.
And there's a foul at the other end. Nice play from him.
Hey, and I love that. Just aggressive, forcing the issue, forcing the referees to make a call, stop the clock, get to the free throw line. One of their better players picks up a foul. It's all wins if you're the Tuatara there. Max Darling checking back in here for Kaya Isaac. He'll get a blow. I believe that last foul was on him.
They send Riley to the line.
So just Judd Flavel, the national team coach, just tucked down the end of the bench there, next to the 15-year-old Tawhiri. Kate just sharing that knowledge. Beautiful, man.
Zach Riley with 2 free throws from the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
Oh, he's looking good, Juddy.
He's looking sharp. 57 to 51. So that 12-point lead, cup and a half.
Here comes the zone, Glenn. Smart by Coach Glidden, mixing it up. I like that. Showed a bit of man, and now we're going to give them a different look with this zone. And you can already see that it's held them down a little bit. Definitely not as free-flowing against the zone, the Rams.
Darling misses the 3. Almost tipped in spectacularly from Brown.
That's the weakness of a zone, potentially giving up O boards.
Missed 2, and there's Pride with a vital rebound.
You can see straight away, though. No paint touches, 2 missed 3s.
And Tuatara wide open from the corner.
Just like that, Glenn, it's a 4-point game. Timeout.
Ooh, lovely comeback from the Tuatara here. Boy, there's been some momentum shifts in this game.
Absolutely, and love the way that Coach Glidden's moving the chess pieces around. You know, he's rotating his players, using his timeouts. Stylistically, how he went from man to start that quarter, and Rams kind of got comfortable, and then switching into this zone. Definitely growing a lot as a group, this Tuatara team.
It was the first 3-pointer from Tuatara in the game. He's 1 from 5. As that lead is back to just 3. So really nice job by the Tuatara. That lead was just 12 a short time ago.
Just another one to mention here in 21 minutes. Glenn, Charlie Pride right now is 18 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists, which is an outstanding effort from that young man. Our boy Tuatara, like you said, 15 points, 7 rebounds with an assist to go. So real impressive while Rob's still finding his feet right now.
47 was the score, so it's a nice little 7-0 run here for the Tuatara to fight their way back into this game.
And interesting just to watch foul count wise. The Rams seem to be at their most formidable when the foul count is high for both teams. And in games where you've got similar to this, we're almost halfway through the quarter and it's 1 or 2 fouls for the team. That seems to play in the favor of the opposition.
Let's see how both teams react off that timeout. Halfway through his 3rd quarter.
See what Quinn's got for this zone.
Indeed. There's Penhar back to McDonald. That one looked on target.
They got another contested 3. That's a win for the Tuatara.
Oh, how about that outlet pass right there from Low, and there's a foul from McDonald.
There's my man playing in transition. Boy Tuatara. You know, he gets out. Great kick ahead pass there. I'm not sure who threw that one, but
Low.
Great kick ahead. Tough contest, but Boy Tuatara will be rewarded for his aggressiveness here with a couple of free throws.
McDonald picks up his 2nd foul. Tuatara 15 points. Well short.
Someone hit him with the random scream, I think, in the middle of that one. The old, you can do it.
Maybe someone just put a 5-kilo weight on the ball. I don't know. Oh, Tuatara got the selfie stick out there and nicked that one. And there's a little reach in from Penhar there.
And if you a youngster right now watching that, you know, again, boy misses 2 free throws. the basketball is below him on the court and he sprints back and gets his team an extra position. Those are the type of plays that win you basketball games. They don't show up on those stat sheets, but those are exactly the type of plays that win you basketball games.
Here's Tuatara with the inbound pass.
Tohi Smith-Milner back in the game here with Max Darling, so they got those two bigs back out here.
Pride weave his magic around Darling. Riley, nice fake at the three-point line. Good pass into low.
There he is, the big fella. Get his 4th and 5th points of the game there, Rob Lowe. Be nice to see a couple of them layups go through.
Oh, that was silky smooth, wasn't it?
And that's too many times that Tuatara have scored though and allowed the Rams to run it back down their throat. I'd love to have seen them get their zones hit there.
So both teams driving quite nicely in the paint at the moment as we see that lead cut back to 1, 2 more for Tuatara. He's now up to 17, McDonald up to 16. Three-pointer from Isaac goes astray, and there's Pride with another rebound. That's his 10th rebound for Charles Pride.
Double-double for Charlie Pride out of the Syracuse area. And again, just love to see when an import kind of comes in and they're finding their way and they're finding their feet, and then watch them blossom and grow in front of you. So great job by that young man, hanging tough and finding himself. He's doing great right now.
Tony V's been picked for a foul there. He's on 3 fouls now.
Max Darling and Sean McDonald will sit back down. Taylor Britt checking in here. Rams are in the bonus for the remainder of the quarter, so every time they foul, Tuatara will be shooting for the next 4 minutes, and Josh Ledger will give Tom Vonovic a quick blow.
Oh, so that could be critical.
And the Rams look like they've shifted to a little bit of zone action. Man, they're making me do my job today. Man, they're really moving the pieces around on the board.
There's Pride. See if Auckland can break this down. Shot clock down to 5. Pride creates space for himself beautifully and nails the triple.
It's so interesting to watch. Both teams, as soon as they go to a zone, it's like there's a force field to get inside the three-point line. Should have another 3 here.
Oh, there's Smith-Milner lighting it up from downtown as well. That's his first triple of the game.
Tohi's lights out. We all know that. You cannot leave that man open behind the three-point line.
Indeed. Here is Ledger. Topsy-turvy. It's got basket for basket at the moment, isn't it? Pride. Shot
nice
down
find.
to 5 as Ledger.
Love that.
Nicely finished there from Josh Ledger.
Beautiful. Charlie Pride sees the mismatch, doesn't mess around, gets straight to the big fella. He doesn't mess around, punishes them inside, give them the lead.
Here's Taylor Britt.
And
Smith-Milner. Oh, here he comes. Smith-Milner with back-to-back threes.
in his defense, Nick actually did a pretty decent job of contesting that shot, but Tohi is one of the better shooters that we've got in this part of the world.
Come again, Ledger off the
by
left
Josh
hand.
Ledger. That's beautiful move, getting deep into the smile off 2 feet, can finish with both hands. This is when he's at his best, when he plays aggressive like this.
Looks up the scores, and there's Britt coming back with 2 more. Both teams playing really well at the moment.
Yeah, this is turning from a defensive slugfest into a offensive outpouring this quarter.
Nice execution, there's a steal. Here comes Isaac.
Beat.
Barrow. Nice job by Tuatara to disrupt just enough.
Whoa.
McIntosh doing his best to lose the ball. Here comes Tuatara again.
Good hands.
It's still going to be Auckland ball. Tuatara. Oh, that's special. How about that, Lindsay?
And he's got a motor, that Tuatara. He just keeps chipping away. Another O-board putback. Tie this thing up.
Here's Taylor Britt. He's starting to heat up. And it's going to be 2 shots at the Chemist Warehouse stripe for Taylor Britt.
Smart play there by the veteran. Only 6 points on the night. Quiet night for him, but you see there, Chris McIntosh knows he's left-handed. We cannot let him get back to his left hand, and he spun that thing back. He'll get rewarded with a couple free throws.
Charles Pride has the Top scorer in the game with 21 points at the moment. Now Smith Milner with these 2 threes. It's just a matter of time before he started getting into the scoring action after a quiet first half. He was dogged by a few personal fouls. A bit at the line. He has 7 points now.
It's, again, spoken about a lot, but another luxury for the Rams, who kind of struggle from the perimeter, especially with these zone looks, to be able to plug in Tohi Smith-Milner, one of the better shooters from this part of the hemisphere, and have him knock a couple threes down. Gives the whole group confidence.
Auckland will be wanting to finish this quarter a lot stronger than they did the second. A similar position with 1:20 to play at the end of the second quarter. Ledger on Brown. Shot clock down to 4. That's a poor pass that time, and now Britt. Here comes McDonald, and McDonald lays in 2 expertly there for the Rams.
Just a couple live ball turnovers here from the Tuatara, which have enabled the Rams to just take that thing straight downhill for easy baskets. And like you said, Glenn,
how about that from Tuatara?
Exactly what they need here to try and finish the quarters out a little bit tighter, and nothing better than your man Tuatara getting down for an easy finish there, and he'll go for the 3-point play. Chance to cut this thing to 1 with less than a minute left in the third.
21 points for Tuatara, and that is 2 sweet points from him.
And just looks like a fun guy to play with. His demeanor is always even, competes.
He gets the 3-point play from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. 1-point game with 58 seconds to play.
They stay in this kind of extended high 2-3 type look, the Tuatara.
Smith-Milner for 3 again, my word.
Until he keeps on making them pay for it right now.
3-point game again. And there's a little foul by McDonald. Not much contact there, but he's going to pick up his 3rd foul.
And Josh will shoot here, and that's where you need defensive discipline. You know, smart play there by Josh Ledger and picking up the chippy one, but if we're the Rams, we've got to be smart there and know we're in the bonus. We're not going to give up any free throws for free.
Glidden, still plenty of work for him. Head over these last 33 seconds in the third quarter. This is Josh Ledger at the free throw line, the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Remember, every free throw made contributes funds to the BBNZ Hoops and Schools program. Come on, Josh. Yes, indeed.
Young fella had a great outing this evening, Josh. I love the way he's been aggressive in the paint finishing.
He's got 5 points, all of them in this quarter. And Britt McDonald, nice pass to Smith-Milner. He's feeling it from beyond the arc, but the heat check is there for Tohi.
I was about to ask why Nick jumped on that, but he was marking Tohi, so fair enough.
Tuatara
just hit 3 of them. Short clock here to finish the quarter for Tuatara.
10 seconds left in the quarter. Oops, communication breakdown.
This is just where they need to tighten up, and maybe a little bit of fatigue here. But these end of quarters have been really important for the Tuatara.
Can Canterbury get one more basket here to win the third? It's Britt with the fadeaway. It's not going to drop on that occasion. So 74-71. It's a 3-point game. The Tuatara outscoring Canterbury by 4 in quarter number 3. Grandstand finish coming up perhaps. Stick around here on Sky Sport.
It was like a dent in the floor.
$74-71 to Canterbury with 1 quarter to play here in the Cowles NBL game. Canterbury's leading scorer at the moment is Sean McDonald with the little 18. Walter Brown with 17. And we've got Penha and Smith Milner also in double figures. Leading scorer for the Tuatara is Boy Tuach with 22. Charles Pride 21. He's getting close to a season high for him, which is 24 at the moment.
Been on them boards as well, Charlie Pride. So really impressive 3 quarters for their imports right now, the Tuatara.
There's that large 100 pepperoni black garlic pizza again for $40.
We're 10 minutes away.
Come on, man. Get into it. Scan that QR code, folks. Valid until next Tuesday. Now, Tama Isaac to start the 4th quarter for Canterbury.
Tama's got the switch out here. Point guard against your centre.
There's McDonald for 3. Oh, Sean McDonald. He's shooting the ball really well. That's 8 from 15 from the field and 21 points.
And tough action to defend there, kind of like an action, like a handoff. And Zach Riley, new to the league, went under Sean McDonald, one of the better shooters, and gets punished with the 3.
Here's Lowe getting his own rebound. And Penha and Smith Milner didn't want to give away their 4 fouls there. Tuach with another capture at the other end. Here's Lowe. Lowe for 3. And Vidanovic fighting hard to get the ball back, but not to be as McDonald tidies up for Canterbury. McDonald.
Great job by Tommy V, recognising that he's just knocked down a 3 and being aggressive.
Can't bank that one home as Tuach gets another rebound. Auckland just toughening up a little bit defensively now.
I like this here, Tama and Tommy V bumping.
Riley to Tuach. He's Low. Oh, nice defense there from Penha.
And that's Robbie's move there, that little turn back to his right for that little baby hook. So kind of slowly finding his feet here, Robbie. Good hands by Penha there to not allow that shot.
Looked like a foul on the replay, didn't it?
A little bit of contact there for sure.
Here is Riley. Is that a turnover?
5-second violation, I believe.
Yeah, seemed a quick 5 seconds.
I agree with you.
Canterbury have it. Take anything in this game. Here's Tama Isaac. Now Brown. This is McDonald. Nice pass back into Penha. Ooh, lovely little floating left-hander.
Here with the lefty there. Little push shot. The Rams opting to go with Tama Isaac in this 4th quarter ahead of Taylor Britt.
Some few new shots coming in here from Auckland at the moment. Some danger of just maybe losing out a little bit here. We've got a technical foul, have we? Some loose lips perhaps from someone in this Auckland team. Here's Sean McDonald with the free throw from the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
Bit of a frustration one there. You get a kind of a short count on the out of bounds. Probably where that kind of stemmed from, and then into something down here.
So here come Canterbury again. That lead back out to 7.
Tuatara show them that zone look again. Try to change things up.
McDonald going baseline. Can't quite link up Isaac. Good pass from Darling, and there's Penha with that little push shot again. Wow, real scramble for the ball there. And it goes in from CJ Penha, who fires those guns.
Yeah, really active there, CJ Penha, and it was tough. Kind of like the bigs just got caught a step behind on that play.
Here's Rob Lowe. Trying to work on Darling, and there's Darling with the foul, and that could be his 5th foul.
See, kind of had Rob bottled up, but if anything, his arms did come slightly forward. I don't know if it was a foul, but there is a lot of contact there.
So Max Darling's going to foul out with 6 points.
I mean, I would say if you're going to call a foul on anything, you would have called it before that wall up, to be honest with you, Glenn. So, tough call.
An unhappy game for Darling. Just going back to that technical foul that went on Tommy V. Tom Verdanovic.
Okay, yeah, they've been out there competing. I can see it.
So no more play in this game for Darling. It's been kept very quiet. Now, who's your game MVP? Walter Brown leading at the moment with 17 points, 6 rebounds and 4 assists. He's having a final round game. Darling has a lot of fans out there, doesn't he?
He does, and rightfully so. Max Darling.
Something special about him for sure. Taylor Britt is chiming in as well. No Tuatara players on the game MVP list at the moment on the mixandpick.com. But Charles Pride and Boyd Tuach deserve to be there. Both of them have double-doubles.
20 and 10 double-doubles. So absolutely standing up this evening for sure. Man, they can't get any percentages up there. Come on now.
Not yet. Not yet. Still time. 7:22 to play.
Cold world out here, man.
You know what those
Cantabrians,
you know what they're like, man. They are ruthless.
I'm just a Jaffa, bro. I don't, you know.
Seriously though, this game's just slipped away from Auckland again. This is the second time. In fact, this is a similar pattern to a game against the Airs about a month ago as well, where the Airs kind of controlled that game by about 8 to 10 points, and then Auckland came back, couldn't quite get in front, and then drifted off the pace again.
You're right, and in both instances, and in regards to that tech and just get called for an offensive foul there, we're talking about a little bit of emotional discipline and control, and just being, you know, ruthless in the way that we execute down the stretch, which I think we can see in almost 3 of the 4 quarters. They've really struggled to do right now, the Tuatara.
73 to 82, a chance for Canterbury to move forward again through Tama Isaac. There's Tuach with a comfortable rebound. Low for Auckland. Verdanovic. Tuach. Shot clock down to single numbers again. That's good defensive stop by Canterbury. Isaac Smith-Milner. Offensive foul against Smith-Milner. He's on 4 personals now.
I'm not going to lie, I'm with Boy, and Cam nearly walked out the building. And rightfully so. Boy stood there and got... Someone ran through his chest, and somehow it's his foul. I mean, sometimes the ruling is that you have to give them space to land or take a step, but I believe he was there in the half beat that you need to draw a charge.
Hard luck there for Cam Glidden.
You know, this is where they do have to move on, though. Next play, you know, be disciplined and execute, because you're not going to get it back, and we don't want any more ticks, and we're still in the fight. So next play mentality.
There's Ten Hart.
They need to get up on this man. He's been killing them, Sean.
Oh, beautiful hands from Ten Hart. I mean, he's a big man. That one was like taking the head off a grasshopper on the court. 84-73, back to double-digit lead. Now Pride.
They just kill you softly, Canterbury, just like that. It's an 11-point lead. Like, they've just stretched that thing out just like that, halfway through the 4th.
Verdanovic for 3. Low with the offensive rebound. Nice pass into Pride. And Pride nails a tough basket and is fouled.
And that's his 4th or 5th really tough finish around the ring there, Charlie Pride. So made great strides in regards to that. And he'll get to go to the line here and could chip into this lead again for the Tuatara, just hanging tough here down the 4th.
Well, Pride has a chance now to equal his season's best score of 24 points with this free throw. And he does.
10 boards and 3 assists to go along with that. So outstanding game this evening for Charlie Pride.
And it's still not over yet too, Lindsay. They need him and Tuach to keep going.
8-point ball game, 6 minutes left. Still seeing a lot of zone action from the Tuatara here. You better watch Tohi on that pop, man.
Taylor Britt has it smashed out of his hands by Lowe.
See, Rob just gave him that little look. Don't bring that in here.
There's Pride. Second big block for Rob Lowe in the second half now. That's Riley for three. 1% shot perhaps there as we see McDonald tidy up for Canterbury. And Riley is going to concede the foul.
There's just that pace that the Rams continue to hit you with, kind of that semi-trans pace off makes where they just probe and explore, and more often than not they manage to pick up a foul and get to the free throw line without even having to get through any kind of offense.
And Sean McDonald is a good free throw shooter too, isn't he? 80% this season in the Cells NBL from the Chemist Warehouse stripe for McDonald. Just as I talk him up, how often do we see it?
And 5.5 left in the fourth here, Glenn, and the Tuatara in the bonus for the rest of the quarter, so don't be surprised if you see a lot of zone depending on how much they're hitting here. Not a lot of fouls left to play with as a team.
So second free throw drops back to an 11-point lead. There is Bogdanovic. Charles Pride starting to move up that MVP standings, turned over by the Tuatara. It's not what was required from them, from their perspective. Just the ticket for Canterbury. Smith Milner can't light it up. There's two arch, and it's Bogdanovic with the easy layup, and he gets to 11 points now. Tommy V.
Just like that, it's a 7-point game.
Brits. Foul again by Riley.
But man, I don't know how many times we've seen a layup at one end and then the point guard takes 2-3 dribbles and manages to get right into the smile. It's definitely something I think that they need to address, and hopefully when they watch this tape they'll see that they can be so effective if they just get a little bit more alert and organized off makes.
Taylor Britt at the line.
See Coach Cam Glidden with the head grab, the classic coach head grab.
Taylor Britt hasn't missed a free throw in the game, and that stat remains. He has 10 points, 6 of them free throws.
10 and 6. Solid outing for Taylor.
9-point game again. Riley.
Nice shot.
Nice fake. And as we see Pride from the corner, and he buries the three.
Great find by Zach, and he was wide open. I don't think he knew how open he was for that lay, but found one of the better shooters for that corner three.
Ooh, lost out of court by Britt. Auckland get the turnover they've been hunting. Now Pride with that three gets to 27. That's a season high score for him.
He's having a game, and you can see he's confident right here. He wants to carry this thing up the court and get them into their offense.
Pride again.
Play over this little throw and go with Josh Ledger out of the hook spot or the slot.
Shot clock down to 6. There's Riley for three. Smith Milner grabs the board for Canterbury.
Pass.
Beautiful play as Isaac goes for three from the corner. Can't nail the three, and there's the long arms of Rob Lowe. That's the benefit of having a 7-footer under the hoop.
For sure. Can't teach height.
Here's Pride again. Riley. Still not lacking confidence, is he, Zach Riley? And it's picked up by Canterbury. Josh Ledger got rid of Tamar Isaac. And here's Isaac, picked himself up the canvas, and now Ledger concedes the foul. And the two are just having a little bit of a chat.
I love that by both of them. I love that by Tamar Isaac. You know, as a point guard, it's really important to be fearless. You know, you're out there with a bunch of trees, and I've seen him take a good knock over there, but I love the way that he came back and went straight at the big's chest.
So Isaac goes to the Chemist Warehouse stripe. 61% in the Cells NBL. Tamar Isaac is just 18.
Couple misses at the line here.
ball for Kim Glidden. Wants to get into two arches here. Every possession is starting to get critical now, particularly for the Auckland Tuatara, down by 6.
Under 4 minutes left in the game, 2-position game, maternity left.
Bogdanovic. No, can't get position, and Tohi Smith-Milner did brilliantly there, but threw it out of court. But who did it come off? The officials is not certain. We're going to have a little chat here. It's going to be Canterbury.
I could always tell by Canterbury's body language they threw that thing out, man.
I can't believe the call, but he's had to walk away.
Always a fun place to play, Cowles Stadium. Not the biggest arena, but they're all right on top of you in there, and they're very vocal about the home team. Fun place to play. Okay, what do we got here? Man, he threw that straight out. Did he?
Tough to see from that angle. Did it just clip Pride? It's just hard to tell on from that angle, but I've got to say, my gut reaction is the same as you, Lindsay. The call here. Now maybe that's some karma right there. Auckland get the ball back.
You're right, the basketball gods chipped in there for us.
Here's Pride. On baseline on Brett, and succeeding again, Charles Pride.
Charlie Pride's having a ball game today, and he had the corner wide open, but I love the way that he's getting to 2 feet and finishing as a smaller guard in there.
Brown, back to a 4-point game.
The most unsure I've seen the Rams of their execution here.
Yeah, Brett looks uncertain for sure. Now Brown.
Hand.
Shot clock down to 6. And it's a good defensive stop by Auckland. Just what they needed at this point of the game. 2-arch.
Absolutely, a contested mid-range. They'll live with that all day.
2-arch looking to go to work on Brown, who concedes the little reaching foul.
You'll take that if you're the Tuatara as well. Rob Lowe, one of your better bigs, playing out of the middle long ball with 2-arch, and he gets downhill, and that'll pick up Walter Brown's 4th, which is a big, big play.
Remember, Max Darling's already fouled out with 6 points. He only had 11 minutes and 37 seconds of court time in this game.
Picked up a couple of tough ones for sure. And boy, 2-arch already with 22 and 12 at the line here. Make it 23. A couple of assists to go with that as well.
His free throw shooting's been a little bit iffy though. In this season, he's only been going at 64%, and he saw him miss those 2 earlier ones badly. But he gets 2 out of 2 on that visit from the Chemist Warehouse strike.
Hats off to the Tuatara for hanging tough. They got dusted at home about a month ago by 50 or so in 2-point game with less than 3 minutes left. Great effort on the road here.
Here's McDonald over to Penha.
That zone.
Oh, Penha rattles it in.
They played with fire, boy.
19 points for the American.
Man, I'm saying if he missed that one though. Whew.
Here's Pride over to Lowe.
Still got these guards matched up on these bigs for the Rams.
Oh, steal almost there for Brown, and it's been lost out of court by Auckland. I'll say my gut feeling on that one. That is the right call, and there's been a technical foul as well.
See, this is how I say this without getting in the bad books with anybody, you know what I mean? But when there is a bang call in a game of this nature, with this level of player, and players get a little bit chippy, I do not think it's fair to be dishing out ticks this late in the game for stuff that's that inconsequential.
It's the second technical foul of the quarter for Auckland, and again, Sean McDonald's going to take it.
Because, man, I mean, you can see by that call, it was like, could have been anybody's ball. Of course, somebody's going to have something to say about it. I mean, to give a tick at that stage of the game, for me, it's not what the game needs. Let the players decide.
6-point game, 2 to play here in Christchurch.
Tuatara, they'll trust, they'll stay in this zone. Ooh, Lord. It's a quick 3 as well, time and score. I'm not sure if Coach Quinn Clinton would have drawn up that play.
Nice play from Riley to keep control of the ball. Lowe coming forward now for the Tuatara. Lowe for 3. Oh, Rob Lowe! That's the best of Rob Lowe. We've been missing that all game.
And that's what Robbie Biggs brings, man. Big game player, you know. He struggled for big parts of this game, but just when you need him, hits maybe the biggest shot of the game.
That's another little twist in this one. Penha is subbed out of the game for the meantime on 18 points, 19 points in fact.
So just quick warrant of fitness here. Minute 30, 4-point game, both teams in the bonus.
Taylor Britt has possession.
Max Darling's already fouled out for the Rams.
It's Britt again.
Oh, Lord.
Britt for three. And scrambling. Rebound by Riley.
Great heads up
Cleverly
play.
done there.
Banged it off his legs right there, and they dodged a bullet. Miscommunication, and I don't know why Taylor Britt didn't go in for the layup there, but settled for the three, and Tuatara will have the opportunity to come down here and cut into this lead again. Play a timeout here, Glenn, from the Tuatara.
Interesting, 1:23 to play. It's been to play timeouts are.
From trying to watch the sideline there, it looked like Coach Glidden had a play that he'd given them to potentially talk about. Are you allowed to do that? I don't want to get them in no trouble. Sorry, bro.
Well, there's your ticket to the big game anyway. Scan the QR code and get tickets to some really good games coming down the stretch. And of course, the next big game coming up straight after this game is that Jets Saints game from Wellington. So stay with us here on Sky Sport. We've got two teams right at the top of the ladder going at it there.
That's in Wellington, right?
It is.
Fun place to play, man. Fun place to play. Misplay, man.
Here's Tuatara.
Oh!
Off the ball foul by Smith-Milner.
That is not a smart foul by Tohi.
It's his fourth personal.
And, yeah, I guess in his defense, Zach did kind of sell it, but let's see what we got going on here. Toy's got to be smarter than that, man. For me, it's like he's too strong to drop his shoulder even a little bit. So Zach Riley will get a couple free throws here, I believe.
Should do.
Clock will be stopped.
Oh, we got the wrong end there. What's that should come up at all?
Zach Riley.
Tohi's fourth. Yep.
Yeah, fourth foul.
That'll be his fourth as well because he had three in the first.
Zach Riley with big free throws here for the Tuatara.
And even though it hasn't been a perfect game for Zach this evening, I love the way that he's plugged in with his aggressiveness, his energy. Yeah, he's made mistakes, and you'd expect that being back first game, but you can see how he's going to be a real valuable piece for this group moving forward. Way to make me look good, young fella. Make them free throws as well.
Exactly. At a critical time of the game.
I mean, he's been playing Div 1 ball for 4 years, so you can see that he's been playing at a high clip.
Nice job by Riley. He's up to 7 points in the game.
Let's go. Winning time, baby.
With 1:23 to play.
1 minute.
Come on.
I want all that smoke.
Here's Penha. Here's Smith-Milner. Back to McDonald.
Just happy to switch everything here, the Tuatara. Just leaves the big
himself.
fella with a guard. Good D. Good
fadeaway,
D by the
just a
big
touch.
Rob Lowe.
Just a touch strong.
Oh, and they'll let him, like Jokic, control the ball here as well. Shoot it.
Oh, here he goes. Oh,
good
offensive
rebound,
rebound by
Charlie.
Charlie Pride gives the
And
Tuatara
he
the
took
lead.
into them as well. Tamaki Makoto, Glenn.
55 seconds to go. We're supposed to be neutral.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I just go for the underdog anyway, you know? It ain't even like that. Now, great play. I mean, big kahunas by Rob Lowe just to pull that one, and Charlie Pride refuses to give up on the play. Huge offensive board. Another great finish around the ring. Timeout Rams.
31 points for Charles Pride. He's dropped a 30-pointer for the first time in the Cells
I'm my
NBL.
boy Eric Devendorf from Syracuse and let him know Charlie's been turning up out here today.
92 to 91.
Boy Tuatara as well, Glenn. Sorry to interrupt. 24 and 12. Tommy V chipping in with 11. Rob Lowe come to the party late, 10 and 9.
That's a nice, doesn't seem like much, but it's a 4-point run. In fact, hang on, whoa, let me go back here. 91-85 was the score at one point. So they're on a 7-0 run, the Tuatara.
A big offensive foul call that they called on Tohi there with no time taken off the clock as well, which enabled Zach to get those cheapies.
But the game is still there for the taking.
Far from over. With this Rams outfit at home, this much time on the clock.
Tara's pride now up to 27 points. Couldn't catch Walter Brown on the MixandPick.com poll.
Man, Tuatara better have somebody on that pole now, Glenn. Come on. Come on, Fano. They're going to match up here, Tuatara. Getting out of that zone.
There's Britt.
McDonald coming off the pin down.
Donald marked by Vidanovic. 5 on the shot clock as McDonald pulls the trigger.
Oh, that's a big hit.
2-point lead for Canterbury. Sean McDonald take a bow.
Classy play. Tuatara will just play hit up here. Rob Lowe just keep that thing the whole play.
2 possessions left. He's missed and Brown's got it. And now here's a big play for McDonald.
About a 6-second differential here. Looks like Tuatara will play a hit up for the stop.
They could close the game here with one more basket. Regardless, you'd think Canterbury, this is why Britt is soaking the time up.
Good D.
Britt can't nail that 10. Who's got the ball? Who's it come off? It's Canterbury possession with 8.5 left. Let's see if we can pick it up on the replay here. Who's this come off?
That's off Walter Brown.
It is off Walter Brown, isn't it?
Yeah, it's off Walter Brown.
Couple of big calls going Canterbury's way down the stretch of this game. A technical foul is that?
Man, if they call a technical here, I might get a technical.
Let's just see what's going to happen here.
Again, tough place to play, Cowles. You can see it the behind this referee. There's a lot of pressure leaning on him to make this call. For me, this comes off Walter's hand right there.
There it is, right there. Yeah, that's as plain as day. And are we getting an overturned decision here?
Call a
we are.
Timeout?
What's happened here? 492, that's for certain.
I believe it's a timeout, and the Rams will be inbounding the ball.
Oh, 8.5, you've got to feel for the Tuatara with that decision.
Would be assuming that advance here?
It's still Canterbury's game, isn't it, really? 2-point lead, 8.5 left.
If it's their ball, it is a tough one because, you know, both teams are in the bonus. So if you're playing the foul game, you're basically hoping that they miss free throws. So that's pretty much the scenario right now for Tuatara. So we're looking to shoot passing lanes, pick up steals without fouling. If we do have to foul, similar to what Tohi did, try and foul without taking time off the clock. Give ourselves a chance to stay in the fight.
Those 2 technical fouls given up by the Tuatara in this game. That's another issue.
Big ones, absolutely.
With that scoreline. Now let's see what Britt does here. And they're going to call a BNZ player timeout. Taylor Britt. So one more time you can scan your ticket to the big game by scanning that QR code.
Hell of a game, Glenn.
Yes.
Hell of a game, man. Glad we got to call this one.
Damn right, and it's still not over.
Absolutely.
Still not over. So Britt's going to try again. Oh, off the ball foul. And who's it going to go against?
Oh.
Is that trying to pick up who that went on?
You know, easily could have gone either way there. I believe that was on Boy Tuach, but not a terrible thing. You know, you're sending Walter Brown to the line. No time off the clock. You know, so if we didn't get a steal there, it's potentially the best thing that could happen anyhow. So we're getting organised, whether it's a make or miss in what we're doing here.
So Brown's going to take the free throws. 73% he goes from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Calling for an unsportsmanlike foul there.
Man, you'll come on now. Come on now. We had enough calls. Just take your free throws and let's keep it moving.
What's going on here?
They're not going to call an unsportsmanlike here.
They are. Let's have a look here.
I'm with Coach Glidden on this one. Talk your talk, my man. Let them know. And again, for me as a fan of the game, probably the toughest thing to do is be the governing, you know, the people that have to govern the calls. But ultimately, you just want to see the players decide the game. We don't want to see them winning the game at the free throw line on violations.
Here's Britt to inbound it. Nice pass back to Britt. And there's Tuatara with another foul. It's taken almost 3 more seconds off the clock and put Taylor Britt, arguably their best free throw shooter, at the line. So really smart play by Canterbury as they close in on victory. It has been far from easy.
Sean McDonald's just slid in a 27-piece on us.
Taylor Britt, that should be it. You'd think now with that 4-point margin with 5.9 to play.
For sure their game to lose right now.
Second free throw from the Chemist Warehouse stripe for Britt. He's missed it. And not to come off Penhas. It's going to be Auckland Tuatara possession with 5.1 to play.
A lot of timeouts here, the Tuatara, so they'll have to play off the baseline.
And they don't have a BNZ player timeout either. There's Tuatara short with the prayer. 2 of a second left. Canterbury are going to stay at the top of the table with a controversial win as they close out the victory. Couple of calls going against the Auckland Tuatara, which has left their camp most unhappy. But Canterbury are always hard team to beat here in their home gym as they win this by 4, 96-92. And Auckland Tuatara come up just short in a gutsy effort from them. The Rams get the win by 4 here at Cowles Stadium.
Hell of a game, man. North Island, South Island, two of the bigger teams. Been super successful the last 2-3 years, and to come down to a 1-possession game at the end there, you know, pleasure to call this one. Pleasure to call this one.
Final round game by Walter Brown. He's won the game MVP on the mixandpick.com. He's finished with 18 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals. Fantastic all-round game by the Tall Blacks forward. So Sean McDonald topped the scoring for Canterbury with 27, and Charles Pride put in a season-high score for him of 31 in this game.
Shout out Charlie Pride, man. And again, way to battle for them, Auckland Tuatara, and Canterbury Rams is too good, too solid, too deep today. 12 boards from Boy Tuatara as well, and he also put 24 points on the board, so he earned his money tonight.
Yeah, Rob Lowe with 4 assists too. He got going in the second half, his first game back from injury. He finished with 10 points.
Welcome back, Rob. Great to have you back, bro.
10 rebounds as well. A couple of blocks. That first one in particular was a ripper in the third quarter. And these Walter Browns are touched on with those 3 steals in the game.
And Rams keep rolling here, Glenn, but if you're the Tuatara, so many positives that you can take out of that game tonight.
Indeed. 9-2 they go to on the season. The Tuatara are now a 50% team. It's 6 wins and 6 losses. Well, that wraps it up here from Canterbury, but I tell you what, another brilliant game coming up very shortly from TSB Arena down in Wellington. It's the Saints up against the Jets, both teams having 8 wins on the season so far. Tomorrow we've got the doubleheader from Pukekohe the Bulls and the Giants, and then we've got the South Island Southern Derby between the Sharks and the Nuggets from Invercargill. So looking forward to those 3 games coming up over the next 2 days. Well, that wraps it up. Congratulations to the Canterbury Rams. They roll on in season 2025 as they look to defend their title from last year. Too good for the Tuatara, but only just 96-92.